I've got an itch I can't scratch, I'm missing a piece that completes a whole part of me, an open wound scar to see. Everybody come here, gather round, welcome to the freak show, the best in town. What the hell's wrong with me? I don't get along with anybody, honestly. I've been living in my own head constantly, thoughts jumbled around, think I need a new lobotomy. Wait, all these thoughts are too negative. I don't wanna get lost in the sedative. Gotta show them what I got, I'm competitive. You know I'm about to go off, I won't let them win. I'll take a stab, I wanna chase a bag. I wanna weigh, I can change all the things I lack. I gotta face the facts, I got a taste in that. Got me obsessed with the rest, I got an itch to scratch. I'll give up everything.
The venom in my brain, running from the past, wanna escape my pain. I just wanna be a better person, I deserve this, I just wanna break these chains. Always asking for greatness, true to myself, I never fake it. Seen no many once, I just so they get famous. And when I say the truth, most really can't take it. In spite of everything I've been through, I'ma make it. Fake friends, but on my downfall is toxic. Day one, started to outlaws for profit. Now all I do is write verses, no talking. All I do is put the work in, no option. This was everything I ever wanted. Created a legacy off of me, just being honest. And the fake ones hate, but it's all to no avail. They wanna see me lose, but you know I never fail.
I'll give up everything, daunting life. If I can see my dream, things right. 'Cause I'll do anything. Want a reality. I'll give up everything, daunting life. If I can see my dreams, things right. 'Cause I'll do anything.
Morning, Savage, Glizzy, and User. I see y'all are in the other chitty chat today. W Cheater Chatters. All right. Oh, we can go ahead and close this one. So we got two new things. I woke up. Fox is already covering it. They've sank 6 Iranian ships out of the Strait of Hormuz because they fired on a U.S. Navy ship. And there was another attempt at the president's life yesterday. So a lot of fun stuff happened apparently over the night. So yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Winning as usual. Oh, how's it going, Cross Forever? Alright, we gotta get the gaming stuff first. Gaming first. Oh, what's this? StarCraft tabletop miniatures game? Fantasy World Manager official announcement trailer. There hasn't been shit. No. There we go. Bro, come on with this. What the fuck? You just straight up fight people in your freaking like shower robe, bro?
Stay away from the showers, Rex.
I'm way cuter.
for you.
You know,
Not so cocky now, are you?
I could see it. I can see it. That does have Rex written all over it. What the hell is he holding? That has Rex written all over it. What's this new movie here? It's got Tom Holland and Matt Damon in it. I'm gonna have to check this trailer out off stream. It's called The Odyssey. This looks like it might be really good. Ooh, what's this? Hold on. What the hell is this? This looks sick. Wait, what is this? No, stop. That's cool. I like the actual footage. I think that's really cool. Okay, I don't really see anything else here, guys. I'm not gonna lie. So, you know, y'all know what time of the week it is. Ah, it's Fleekazoid time.
Let me swear for the first 15 seconds, so instead I'm showing you how a baby ship is born. Pimps! I don't know what I was expecting. After years of making the worst additions to my favorite series, Ubisoft did the impossible. That's right, they didn't completely fuck it all up. Now I can see the future, but not even I thought they'd actually stop making RPGs. That was the single most important thing for this game to be a success, and you can tell it was hard for him. Look at this guy. This guy was almost in tears the whole stream. Guys, how—
Yeah, it kind of felt like all the people that are working on the remake of Black Flag are on the verge of quitting. That's kind of what it feels like. It feels like the woke is so ingrained into that damn gaming studio that everybody's just angry to be there.
How did you pull this off? Did you vote on it while all the executives were out sunning their taints?
That we did this.
This is devastating news to the psychos who enjoyed the last 5 mistakes Ubisoft released. Unfortunately, Ubisoft has finally failed hard enough that they don't have to listen to those fucking— Yippee! Those stupid— Yippee! That like taking— Yippee! Up the— Yippee! They have to go back to what works. One might even say there's no hope for you guys, and it's time to give up. See what I did there? Huh? Paul, what do you think of that joke?
So, Matt,
Love it, Paul. Don't worry, the good news is your favorite part of the game will still be in Black Flag. The cash shop. Tencent would never miss a chance to milk the fuck out of this IP. Just look at Conan Exiles, or Path of Exile, or any other game in the Exile-like genre. But the reality is, even milking the shit out of this game is not gonna stop it from being successful, because that's just how low the bar was. This is like getting the free space in bingo.
Oh, yeah, I was just gonna permit you. Bye. Oh, God.
Go. If you somehow
What
messed
a
this
disgusting
up,
little rat cockroach piece of shit.
which, let's be honest,
The
was
hell
seen
you doing up this damn early, man? Go get a
I
job.
don't think I haven't seen the dumb shit you're doing to the Far Cry show. Then there was never gonna be a comeback of any kind. Now, while this doesn't solve all their problems, it doesn't have to. Ubisoft just needed a single win this year after failing for so long.
Well, the studio sold it to a foreign company thing. I think it was like Tencent or something like that. So, like, They're kind of being forced, whether they like it or not, to make good games now.
And even with an almost guaranteed success, they barely made it happen. Don't forget the other 3 games that had to die so that this remake could live. Which, I mean, hey, nothing of value lost. Those other games suck. My nostalgia is better than yours, Dan and Boo, but no, don't complain, it's too late. As you can see, I've already depicted myself as the Chad, and you as the Soy Wojak. Chudmate check, you son of a bitch. But let that paint the picture.
Chud make check? What the fuck?
What a thread Ubisoft is hanging on to here. By the way, it's great that all you guys suddenly want to agree that
it's not an RPG is the most beautiful thing. This
RPG mechanics are shit because for years I've been waving on that wall of stupid yippee. Any complaint beyond RPG mechanics is
yo, fuck that game. Fuck that piece of shit. I played
shit because for years I've been waving on that wall of
Odyssey, and then I was so hyped for Valhalla, and oh my god, was I just so disappointed. I played Valhalla, and I was so angry. I don't think I've ever played a game and been so angry in my life. I wanted another Odyssey style game, and instead I got this garbage. I was so upset.
Yippee! Any complaint beyond RPG mechanics is pointless. People will hunt you down if you dare to badmouth this remake. Have you seen Twitter? Shit's hilarious. I saw a man torn limb from limb for pointing out that the lighting seemed a little bit off. Another guy said it ran poorly. Well, he should have ran faster. Meanwhile, Ubisoft brought 10 people in to say how great the game is, and I was more than happy to show up without an invite.
Black Flag is my favorite game.
They were very open as a dev team to take the criticism.
These people can't even say criticism. Not a single one.
Yeah, I don't believe that for a second. I don't believe that for a second.
These people have played the game, except maybe that guy. To cut their rambling short, all they say is, we're being faithful to the original intent of the game. Which is a funny way to say we wanted to give those whores that 1,000-pound stare. I said, damn girl, you putting whipped cream on them sausages? I understand technical limitations are a thing, especially with today's tech being so bad. Modern day Anvil is, and I say this with all due respect, a dog shit engine that's pumped out the worst games of the entire series. So try to make a game that's actually fun and playable again is a huge challenge, I get that. But did you have to make these distinguished hoes salad dodgers, Jean? Nice cue, bud.
Oh, did they wow, they took their anger out on the hose, I guess. I guess they had to figure out where they were going to put the woke content, huh, guys? They had to fuck with something. They couldn't leave it alone. Look at that. That's crazy. They just couldn't leave it alone. They just couldn't do any good faith to the new game, huh?
Nice cue, by the way.
And it was very compelling to me to see other
the
people
cue.
like
Wow, no, but the cue.
actually to face
Wow.
the same challenges
But now the cue.
that we did.
I want to hear about the
back
cue.
in the days.
Wow.
And
Great stuff, Pierre. You love to hear it. I've also heard people saying how great it is to bring Black Flag up to industry standards. Industry standards. By industry standards, do you mean let's have every game play the same, look the same, and suck the same? Is it the industry standard to make the game more boring by removing one of the coolest mechanics? And of course, by that I mean her upper lip, perhaps? It was the original intent for this game to not be fun. Perrier, tell me, why is it that every time we increase the graphics, we end up losing half the gameplay mechanics?
We're already part of the game, the original back then.
That is a fantastic point for someone who understands what the fuck you're saying. Paul, your thoughts?
Absolutely.
Great stuff, Paul. The funniest part about all this is what a turnaround in perception Ubisoft has gotten. After actively screwing fans over.
Yo,
for the better
why
part-
does that feel like an actual IGN review? Like, straight up. It's like they listen to the players and they immediately take it and throw it in the fucking trash where it belongs. Like, well, not where it belongs, but where they think it belongs.
A decade, now everyone is rooting for him again. Now even if the cash shop is there with the time savers and cosmetics and $20 pay-to-win items, they're gonna get a free pass. So you know what? I say fuck it. Go ham, Ubisoft. Go get yours, you snail suckers. I want to see 2B blasting Frenchies with a flintlock. Bring in the purple laser cannons. Get Dallas
Whoa,
Robin.
what the hell was that? What was that?
2B blasting Frenchies with a flintlock.
Was that
Bring in
modded? What is this? Oh, this is totally modded. What the fuck? Oh, no, it isn't. This looks like, oh my god, what was the name of that? Maybe they don't want everyone. Oh my god, it's the Yakuza pirate game. Because it's got the flag on it, right? Am I just crazy?
Purple laser cannons. Get Dallas robbing the founding fathers. I want DLC to make Bonnet even fatter, look bigger. Just by not doing an RPG, you've already unlocked the key to success. It goes to show that more people hated the RPG mechanic than they did the original combat. Oh, wait, you're just button mashing. Ah, yes. Thank you for fixing it now so that we're not button mashing, we're mashing buttons instead. Truly, the R1 button is superior to the X button. Ain't that right, Todd? Oh, wait, no, not you. Ain't that right, y'all? Now, without saying merging two fantasies, tell me why you did this to the combat.
But the other challenges we were facing was to merge actually two fantasies.
I'm gonna stop you right there. I wasn't listening. More importantly, we gotta address
Why? Why can't you just remake the fucking game, bro? Why can't you just remake the game and stop fucking with stuff? Why?
in the room. Is it true that you removed the modern segments that forced me to hear French against my will?
That we did.
You're one of the good ones, y'all! It's almost enough to make me forget the last 10 years of grindy Souls-like cash grabs you've been shoving down our throats. The shanties may sound like they're sung by pansies, but that's okay. The takedown system sounds like it's been bolted on, but that's okay. The mini-map is gone, the skill wheels are here, and you're using the same goddamn Sparta kick again, but say it with me now. That's okay. Listen, I know you guys really need this win, all right? I'm not gonna take...
Like, what the fuck? Bro.
Take that from you. Personally, I've got so many other games to play that it doesn't even matter to me. Like, nah, you know what? Fuck it, this looks great. Paul, I know you've talked a lot today, but I'd love if you could just send us off with a few final words. The cup is coming this month, pimps, and I got some news. Gamer Sub said the more people that use
I love it.
Pimp for
Wait, what's
free
this?
samples, the bigger the...
Oh, no.
Warning, this video...
Wait, when did this get uploaded? 3 years ago. Man, I love it. All right. It might be that time. Wait a minute. Disney. Let's do Disney first. Let's do Disney first.
Mandalorian new movie and clips. It's the biggest flop by Disney by far. I haven't seen this at all. New clip from Mandalorian and Grogu.
What is the big deal with this Mandalorian TV show? Y'all know it was only a matter of time before they just decided to make money sacks off of it. So what's the deal with this damn Mandalorian show? I heard that the first show was good, and now they're doing what? They're making a second one? I heard it was good. But do y'all really think that the person in charge isn't going to fuck it up some way? You see, the problem that y'all had is that y'all enjoyed it too much. And now they have to take it away so that way they know that they hold a control over everything that you enjoy in your life. I mean, let's be honest here. That's the only reason why they turned it into slop.
What are you waiting for? Hop on.
What? What?
Yeah?
Hang on.
Okay.
This looks like shit. This looks like dog shit.
Uh-oh.
It would get it. Not yet, sir, but we will. Grogu, I need you to go to the control panel. Remember the buttons I told you?
Yeah.
The fuck is
Press
this?
engage, and the primary reserve is... No, don't touch the missile battery switch.
So-
That's why there's a safety guard on it. Do you see the fuel readout display? Remember I showed you that one? It's on the other side of the manual control surface calibration.
Oh.
I don't think he knows what he's doing. That is the Mandalorian and Grogu.
Is that it? I mean, how many Star Wars movies are announced and killed this past decade? And the one they finally make is Mandalorian and Grogu. Tough focus group on Star Wars as 5, 17, and 18-year-olds show no interest. How are you feeling about Star Wars? I like the old stuff, but the new stuff, nah, I'm not too excited for the Mandalorian.
You know why? Because they've completely tarnished their brand. Nobody wants to look. Going to watch a movie or a TV show is it's kind of like a show of faith, like a walk out onto the plank, as you will. And the thing is that the Kraken is eating too many goddamn people. You got to handle the Kraken. You know what I'm saying? You gotta throw the Kraken down and show it who's the bitch in the relationship by getting rid of all the woke fucking developers in your studio. I mean, did I say that out loud? Oops, my bad. Not really. No, get rid of them. They're a cancer on your fucking studios. Get rid of them. They keep ruining everything. Take them out of the studio and put them in a box and push them down the river. And eventually they'll find their way to a protest in Minneapolis or in LA, and they'll be getting paid to do that instead. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's most likely where all these people came from anyway. They had jobs, they lost it because they're all woke DEI cancer on just about any company they get or become a part of. Like, why are we allowing these people to continue destroying our games and television? Get rid of them.
I never watched it. Anything that came out after I was born isn't that... They're so based. Anything that came out after I was born isn't that great. Star Wars has been quiet lately, but I liked Andor a lot. A lot of people liked Andor. Baby Yoda is creepy. Oh, wow. Disney has reportedly tempered expectations for Star Wars, The Mandalorian, and Grogu, which is currently tracking to open lower in the box office and bomb Solo: A Star Wars Story. Holy shit, that is embarrassing. Mandalorian and Grogu...
Why even make the movie if they know it was gonna bomb that bad? If they think that it's gonna bomb that bad, why make the goddamn film? So I guess it's a movie? Why do it?
We're now tracking at $65 million, which would set the record for the lowest Disney... Wait a minute. So this is even worse than the previous flops. It's a tax write-off? I guess so. This is insane. Is Disney's Star Wars brand beyond repair? I think that it is. Really, now what is this? This movie is a commercial. It's a commercial for the Baby Yodas. Other than that, why would anybody else care about it? Let me see what this is. Disney to remove Star Wars sequel trilogy from timeline and refocus on the original characters. Wait.
Wow.
They're just gonna say never mind? If this were true, it'd be one of the most dramatic franchise shifts in modern Hollywood history.
So they're just gonna completely remove the main characters that were in the original films? And act like they never existed altogether? What the fuck? Why? That seems like the last thing you want to do. The original films, it's almost like they're angry at the original film's success, and they no longer want them to be part of the franchise, so they're just going to alienate them altogether and, like yeet and delete them. Why? Why wouldn't you try to branch off of that success? What? Why wouldn't you bring them back into the fray? Like, what are you doing?
They're just gonna delete it?
It's like the dog wagging the tail wagging the dog. Like, what the fuck?
What do you mean? Yeah, they're just gonna retcon the entire thing? So what do I think about the movie? I think this is just, it looks like another mediocre Star Wars movie. Like, this is like basically an AI-generated battle scene. There's nothing really interesting or compelling about this at all. It just looks like your typical run-of-the-mill, like, consumer slop. I just think that it's just stupid, really. Like, yeah, I don't know what else to say.
That really sucks. That really sucks. Like, that actually is dog shit, bro. That really sucks. It's just another franchise that just couldn't keep their mitts off of, huh?
So this is the big problem of the day. McDonald's, as always.
Oh! So, just so you guys are aware, they're going to be doing a new type of billing at McDonald's and fast food restaurants around the world. The reason why I say it's going to probably start with McDonald's or Burger King is because it's going to be a domino effect on the rest of pricing. So what they're going to do is they are going to have dynamic pricing. That's what it's called, dynamic pricing on McDonald's fast food restaurants. Whenever it succeeds, which it will most likely be a domino effect with the rest of the fast food industry. So what it is the boards that like the menu boards that you order off of, they will have dynamic pricing, which means the price will go up or down depending on the time of day. So it would go up higher during like 5 o'clock. Here it's 5 o'clock when everyone's going home, where most of the traffic is. It'll go up, and whenever it's during midday or prior to that, it will be a lower price. So what you're gonna see is these companies start going out of business because they're fucking stupid. I look forward to watching it happen too. By the way, y'all should know that PlayStation is also going to be bringing to the table dynamic pricing as well, so that way they can fuck you in the ass in a different way, shape, or form. Boys, this is the future of capitalism right here. So I hope y'all are locked in.
McDonald's to eliminate self-serve soda stations nationwide.
But that's not what this is about, but this is just another nail in the coffin. Just saying.
32, citing changing consumer habits. Changing consumer I respond to this, right? And I say, we used to live
I didn't even catch what was going on here. What?
So this is the big problem of the day. McDonald's, as always. McDonald's to eliminate self-serve soda stations nationwide.
That's because they can't fucking stop stealing. That's why. Oh, can I get a cup for water? Goes immediately over to the Coke or the Dr. Pepper and fills it up. But that's why. I tell you why they do that.
By 2032, citing changing consumer habits. Changing consumer
Sure it is. Is that the reason why I can't just go up to the bar thing and then get a bunch of sauce packets now, huh?
I respond to this, right?
It's because it's changing consumer habits. I want to let y'all know that most companies, like McDonald's and Sonic, they get their sauce packets for free.
I say, we used to live in a country. Another aspect of public life that has been reduced to a low-trust, minimum security prison to accommodate impulse-driven, subhuman animals who should be put in jail.
Exactly. And this is going to keep happening the more that the state governments don't want to address this. We are now at a point where we are putting up bulletproof glass around fast food restaurant employees and cash registers because these fucking idiots just don't want to lock people up and put them in jail where they belong. We are padding the world for 2% of the population, maybe 3%.
Accommodate impulse-driven, subhuman animals who should be put in jail. That's what I think. Changing consumer habits could be here. I hate changing consumer habits. Oh my God. The same changing consumers that needed bulletproof glass.
Look at that. Look. Look at that. And there's a security camera pointed right at the fucking register. So not only do they have to worry, not only do they have to worry about the customer stealing the shit, they gotta worry about the fucking, the people getting paid to work there stealing the shit too.
At some locations. Isn't it crazy, bro? We are literally allowing...
Look at this! This is crazy!
Bulletproof glass at some locations. Isn't it crazy, bro? We are literally...
Dude, what? Yo, they have little doors on the fucking thing, too!
Literally allowing our entire culture, our world, our lives to be run...
This isn't just, oh, that's a pizza place. This is a pizza place. This isn't just a theft thing either. This is what it looks like when you've got a bunch of schizo Karens that are sitting there throwing their drinks and causing problems at the restaurant because they didn't get their fucking fries. That's what this is also. I want to make that very obvious. This isn't just a theft problem. This is what it looks like when you got a bunch of dumbasses that hop over the counter, assault fucking employees, and make a mess of the restaurant. And they don't end up in jail where they fucking belong. No, now the companies have to spend even more money trying to pad everything up. This is crazy.
Like a minimum security prison because we don't put 2% of people in maximum security prisons. You know what? I know exactly what that's
Bro,
like.
if the corporations have to put up bulletproof glass just to make sure that no one fucks with their businesses, what do you think we should be doing with voter ID?
Inez. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, because I read the tops of it. I said, that was a crazy movie. Wait a minute, boys. Somebody just found a leaked document from McDonald's Consumer Research Department. You go to McDonald's and ask for a water cup. What? I bet he's gonna fill it up with soda. Bro, that's not water! What are you doing?
And that's the reason why I did it right there. That's why I did it right there.
I bet he's gonna fill it up with soda. Bro, that's not water! What are you doing?
That's bullshit. They did it because we were stealing sodas every day.
Yep.
Sprite was my favorite to steal with the lemonade. Hey man, could I get a cup of water? Boom, still drink soda right in front of him.
Yep. That's why. Bro, they admitted they know what's gonna happen. If you're wondering why McDonald's is removing their soda machines, what are you doing? Why you got an ice cube on the floor? Wait, that's just a bottle. Wait, he's filling up a look at all. He made a look.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I did do this. I mean, who hasn't done this, right? I remember one day specifically, this is the craziest shit that had happened, right? So, like, and I've been caught before. I know. Oh yeah, I got caught before. You play dumb. You're like, oh shit, my bad. I didn't know. And then you dump it out, and then you get the water, right? So tell me why I walk up to the soda fountain to get water, because I like it was in high school, and I had some ankle weights on, and I was just fucking running back and forth, just fucking around, right? And I was like, damn man, I'm tired, and I'm thirsty. Let me go up in this, I think it was a Burger King, actually. I don't think it was a McDonald's. I went up into this Burger King, and I'm like, yo, can I get a cup of water? And they gave me the cup, right? I walk over to the water, and I go to get the water, and then I shit you not, it was either Dr. Pepper or Coke. Starts coming out of the fountain into the water, right? And I walk up to the thing, and I'm like, he's like, you're supposed to have water in that, and I'm like, yeah, I didn't do it. The water is it's messed up. And then he's like, he like grabbed my cup and he like put it behind the counter, and I'm like, but that was my water. And then I was like, okay. So I just walked out. I was so confused that I just walked out. I was like, nope, I'm not. I went to like a different little restaurant that was around the corner. I learned that day, if you really want water, go to a small business. There was like a little Mexican restaurant that was like around the corner, and they give you like a full, like, you know, instead of like the little plastic cup. I walked in there, got asked for water, and they gave me like a large glass of like iced water. Like they put ice in it and everything. It was great. But I guess they had some carbonated fucking soda hooked up to the water, and maybe they didn't realize it.
Yes. Oh my God. A future doctor. That's what they say. How many of your McDonald's are you not able to get ketchup by yourself anymore? You can't get ketchup. Because you know why? It's because people kept bringing in garbage bags and putting ketchup in the bag.
Dumbass.
We got people stealing ketchup. Like, who's stealing ketchup? What changed? Here's what changed. It's a bunch of liberal white people that have invented this idea that if you crack down on public dysfunction, you're going to end up arresting a bunch of minorities. So we can't crack down on it because in their mind, it's racist. Think about it.
You know what's racist? Saying that cracking down on crime will affect minorities. I don't care who it affects. If they're stealing and committing crime, put their ass in jail.
Fucking retarded. If you can get away with it, if you can do it, people are gonna do it.
Yep.
So,
and that's the thing. If they can get away with it, and they know they can get away with it, they're going to keep doing it.
So fucking retarded. If you can get away with it, if you can do it, people are gonna do it.
Yep.
So yeah, I saw this. It made me very angry. It made me so angry and so upset. And yeah, and you can't just push the button that solves all the problems.
Conventional understanding of the past, because after the Second World War, there had been a reaction where people said this initial idea that people had in the beginning of the 20th century, when people would see new types of pots, this is the arrival of a new people coming through invasion or 5%.
Sorry about this. Like I have a big volume problem. I apologize.
Been a reaction where people said this initial idea that people had in the beginning of the 20th century, when people would see new types of pots, this is the arrival of a new people coming through invasion or through movement. And that was used by, for example, the Nazis to argue that these were spreads of Aryans moving across the landscape. And the reaction after the Second World War was to say, we don't know this. And in fact, when you see the arrival of new types of material culture, pots, for example, or tools or ways of organizing life, what you might be seeing is more the spread of culture. You might be seeing, for example, something like people copying use of a cell phone or something like this. How could there be a big movement of people? You're looking at densely settled Europe with well-developed agriculture. How could it be that new people coming in from outside will unseat these people, disrupt these people? But then you look at the genetic data and there's a 50%, 70%, 90% population disruption. What happened when
Historically, he's saying
population disruption.
Wait.
But then you look at the genetic data and there's a 50%, 70%, 90% population disruption.
So you know what that's considered? That means that a bunch of people that were from a different country went to that country back in the wherever century this is at or in, and they raped every one of the women and probably killed most of the men. That's probably what happened here.
What happened when...
Man, he's saying that mass migration is causing a lot of these problems, like historically.
We had these findings was some of our archaeologist co-authors really just were very distressed by the implication.
Then suck it up and find a new fucking job, you bunch of pussies. Get the fuck out.
Why? You're really surprised that, like, what did you think happened?
Isn't it? So what he's talking about is like way back in the centuries prior to I guess America being America. Mass migration was also a thing, and well, let's just say it didn't turn out too well for them. So big surprise that the newfound powers of the world want mass migration, probably to get rid of Western culture. Oh my god.
It's an inconvenient... Dude, this is so sad.
One way or the other, you have some kind of people...
No, he's talking about it the way he wants to talk about it, because there are a lot of people paying a lot of money to spin a narrative that does not permit him to talk about it in the way that it needs to be talked about. Because if they say mass migration led to millions of people getting raped and all this other shit, you're gonna see a massive shift, because I've seen quite a few people say, but our history says this, our history says that. Well, technically, history says this. So they're trying to bury it. They're trying to tiptoe around it and obfuscate and do mental gymnastics to keep the truth from coming out.
Who expand
That's what it's all about.
demographically and displace people somehow, rapidly displace people over a period of...
And that's the sad part. History is history, but for the most part, history is what you're taught in school to prevent the same things from happening in the future. That's the whole reason why we have history in school. At least that's the bullshit that I was fed. So, the whole reason why we have history in school is so that way we can prevent it in the future, right? Well, if we abide by that, mass migration doesn't seem to be a good thing. Because it isn't. I mean,
century.
How do you think that large groups of people are displaced over such a short period of time? Well, I wonder.
How's it going, Beastie Boy?
It's, magic, exactly.
Today in Colombia, 95% of the Y chromosomes are European, 95% of the mitochondrial DNAs are Native American. We know what happened there. It wasn't friendly. It wasn't peaceful. It wasn't nice.
That's right.
We really don't know what the past was like until we actually look at it and have hard data telling us.
I'll give you a little bit of a surprise. The past is exactly like that. Every single instance where one culture was interacting with another one and there was a massive power disparity, the other culture probably doesn't exist anymore. That because they killed them. That's what happened.
That's what it's like. Our guesses, our models are, including many of mine, are likely to be wrong because we can see that, because when we have hard data, we're surprised.
Surprised.
History constantly repeats itself.
It does.
It's insane for me to see this. It wasn't peaceful. It wasn't friendly. It wasn't nice. Yeah, 11 million people have been talking about this, right? And full episode, the consensus was thinking completely artificial from the start. Ancient sources made it very clear what happened, but modern historians didn't like it because it didn't fit with their worldview. Yep. So they made up elaborate...
Well, yeah, no, they had to, like I said before, they had to tiptoe around it because it defeats their narrative.
Theories of peaceful assimilation, DNA proved them to be liars.
Yep.
And by the way, this is the reason why you don't get more research on things like IQ in the different countries in the world.
Yeah.
This is the reason why you don't get more research about these other topics that are politically incorrect. It's not because people don't want to know the answer.
It's because the finding of the information will prove a lot of these idiots wrong. That's why. They're trying to spin the narrative in bad faith, and the fact of the matter is that most of the knowledge and most of the science will back anything they say as false. It's same thing with mass migration, same thing with IQ in third world countries. Like, that's what Aswin was saying in a prior video of like, well, what could lead to low IQ? Malnutrition, lack of resources and school development, when you have 3 generations of your family killed because of a blood feud, like, the lack of electricity, the lack of water, the lack of resources, all these things can contribute to a low IQ civilization. And they don't want to do IQ testing on these civilizations because what do most of these civilizations look like? They look like Iran, they look like Somalia, they look like, those style of countries where it's black people. I mean, that's just how it is. I mean, Africa, there's a reason why they're always at each other's throats over there and always trying to, well, I can't really lump Iran into that so much because, like, a lot of their low IQ is because they're suppressed. But places like Somalia and places like Africa and other places like that. Now, Africa's probably the standalone as long as you're not in a village, and you're in one of the cities. But if you're in the village life, I mean, well, there's a reason why they're still in the villages, right? Like, and that could be black, white. I mean, there are white people in Africa. So it's not... The thing is that it would cause such a culture shock and it would make a lot of people look racist, when in actuality, if you just do the test and the science based on actual IQ scores and overall data from those countries, it's not a racial thing. It's a, why are you trying to attack the big ship with the rock, little Jimmy? You know what I'm saying? Like, it has nothing to do with race. It has everything to do with the culture they're raised in, with the environment that they've been put in. Some of them even forced into that environment. So it's not even their own fault. You know, there's a reason why, like, you wouldn't expect somebody from Somalia to assimilate. Well, I mean, they tried to do it in Minneapolis, but that didn't work. You wouldn't expect somebody from Somalia to assimilate with China. I would say China is a good example because, like, their IQs are so vastly different. It's just not possible. It's just not possible.
Because they already know the answer. That's the real reason. So much of the intellectual, and they don't want anybody else to find out about it. And it doesn't follow the narrative. Yes, exactly. Even the Old Testament tells about this. Yeah. Why does everyone want to conquer? Because it's fun, I guess. Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, fuck. So much of the intellectual energy in Europe and the US was wasted by advancing comfortable lies rather than facing hard truths. Knowledge and understanding have been set back at least 100 years because the progressives taking over the academy, and we aren't free yet. That's true. Absolutely. Lawrence Keeley exposed what liars archaeologists are decades ago. These pieces of crap are more interested in their agendas than they are the truth. The peaceful savage has always been an obvious lie. The grant system has destroyed research. Absolutely.
Yeah, it has.
And, oh my God, did archaeology community actually think that early humans were peaceniks? It's really sad. Americans did this more humanely than one native tribe conquered another. What is this?
Home is behind.
Jesus.
Damn.
Holy.
Was that in like 10 years? No, like 20.
And that was over like what, 100 years?
Oh no, it is 100.
Wow.
Yep.
You're right for the wrong reason. Not born stupid. It's
no,
like,
was it 100? Or was it less than that? I feel like it was less than that.
Jesus.
Oh no, it was 100. Yeah, no, it was 100. No, yeah,
it's pretty fast.
It was actually a little bit more than 100.
And that was over.
Was it stopped
like,
at 1930? Yeah, it was over 100. So it was 130 years.
Reason, not born stupid. It's lack of education and/or culture. Well, I think that I don't think this has anything to do with like being stupid or not. This is a doing is ascribed to, I guess not the arc. And so that's the reason why.
The big problem with this is the fact that archaeologists and scientists are having to tiptoe around a topic as much as possible to suit the payers' narrative. That's the problem with this. You now have science being twisted and history being twisted specifically to suit a narrative. Which is massive. It's a huge fucking problem. It is a massive problem.
See so much of this happening. Now you know what current Germans feel like, the guilt thing? Well, yeah, of course, right? But I mean, like, what are you going to do about it? Like, the problem is that, and this is the issue, is that it's not enough. A lot of people like me are extremely good at identifying problems. But the issue is that whenever...
No, he types in all caps because he works at home. So it's just easier for him to use the all caps. I don't care. It's not something that'll get you banned in the comments here. If you want to type in all caps, I don't really care. I think it's funny that people that are on the internet think that it's like a shouting thing.
People like me want to solve these problems. These solutions are seen as unacceptable. That's the main issue. You have to accept radical solutions if you want to solve radical problems. This is a radical problem. This is a systematic radical problem that's been going on for 50 years. And again, Elon talked about this too. Ancient cultures were extremely violent, not the peace-loving ecologists at all. Duh, of course. And for decades, prehistorical evidence was forced through a left-wing theory filter. Exactly. People like this, what they do is they control data, and then they use data as a reference point to justify things. Yeah. Let's say unethical, not unacceptable. Well, I don't even think what I advocate for is unethical. I think my desk right there.
Challenge. It was a real challenge to our understanding of prehistory. It was sort of a case example. Well, maybe the 40
500 years ago? Female mate choice barely existed 500 years ago.
Wait, what?
Ah.
It looks like a much more abrupt change than happened in the last few years. Is there's been something of a reconciliation after the book. Archaeology is trying to reconcile itself with the DNA data, and it's arguing about the subtlety of these interaction events. So people talk about what's happened in Britain, for example. Well, maybe the arrival of the beaker phenomenon, which happens about 4,500 years ago, maybe it's not an invasion, maybe it's a kind of peaceful event, maybe the previous people the reason we're seeing such a disruption is the previous people, we know they cremated their dead and the beaker people buried their dead.
No, well, what happened is they had their culture completely taken over and colonized. They killed off all the men and then they raped the women. That's what happened. When you see a 95% shift in the DNA, that's because their civilization was taken over. Fuck you talking about, guy? Are we really gonna mental gymnastic our way into trying to be like, well, you know, the original men that were there, they just didn't do it, you know? Like, come on, bro.
It looks like a much
come
more
on
change than it did. Maybe what happens in Iberia when there's a 40% arrival of these foreigners from the East and 60% local people, but the Y chromosomes are completely replaced. So the local men don't sort of contribute their DNA to local later populations.
So a bunch of people from another foreign place came there and raped all the women and then took over, right?
Yeah, that's exactly
what
happened. That's exactly what happened. Just fucking say it. Stop being a pussy. Just say it.
It looks somehow like that must be
acting like there's consent back then like there is now, dude. Shut the fuck up. My God.
Disruptive to the local male population.
Disruptive. They're dead. Yo, this guy's cooked.
But people are saying, well, maybe this is female mate choice. Maybe this is...
It's female mate choice?
Bro, what?
Wait a minute. You think that female mate choice existed 4,500 years ago? Female mate choice barely existed 500 years ago. Are you fucking retarded?
Yo, this guy.
This is so pathetic. How can you possibly say this?
Somehow kind of not what you think it is. Maybe it's not what happened 4,000 years later amongst the descendants of the Iberians in the Americas, where today in Colombia, 95% of the Y chromosomes are European, 95% of the mitochondrial DNAs are Native American. We know what happened there. It wasn't friendly. It wasn't peaceful.
So the one time... and this is what I think is so funny, is that the one time that you do know what happened, you automatically assume that it's the Europeans that were evil, that were raping and killing all of the Native American women. But in the other instances where you don't know, instead of just assuming that in every single one of the instances where this is understood, the same thing happened, no, actually something different happened.
And there's the narrative. There it is. A way to disenfranchise or make there be a form of guilt or just to immediately try to do these mental gymnastics and act like the latter is good and the lower is bad. Don't you just love it? Don't you just love being told that you're over and over again by all these fucking people that are getting paid millions of dollars to say this, that your culture's bad? Don't you just love it, guys? Doesn't it just make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside?
4,000 years ago amongst these ancestors of people was much more peaceful, was much more...
Sure it was. Sure it was, guy. I'm sure it fucking was.
How do we have these simps going around looking this shit up? This is so sad. Oh my God.
He's saying that... He's trying to say that colonization 4,500 years ago, prior to you know, what is now known as Americans did to the Native Americans, was different because it was more consensual. That's literally what this man is trying to say.
If you look at detail in Iberia,
It's what happened 4,500 years ago was more consensual than what happened with the Native Americans.
see as the period of this change is actually over 500
That's what's
years.
going on here. That's what's going on.
But if you look at a micro scale, now that we have better data,
Because the Native Americans and the Pilgrims did what happened, it automatically makes them bad. But because a civilization was taken over 4,500 years ago, and they're trying to spin it in a way that made it seem like they weren't taken over and their women were raped. I mean, that's what's going on here. I'm just going to use plain English. So, it's just another way to push this stupid fucking narrative that everybody knows that this is just wrong. It's just wrong. It is so blatantly wrong that it's laughable at this point.
So in southern Spain, it's very fast. And then in central Spain, it's a little later, but very fast. And so actually, there's these rapid changes occurring in one place or the other. People thought in Britain, maybe this was actually a slow process. But we now have data not yet published from the Netherlands, which is clearly the same population of Beaker people that's spreading in Britain. And there it's very disruptive. And you actually have the whole series of people before and after. You see that earlier corded ware people are local, which is actually very unusual for corded ware.
This is literally one of the biggest lies in human history so far. I know, and it's been a lie that has been inflicted on Western populations for the last, I would say, 50 to 100 years. And it is an original sin, guilt lie that's been associated with our culture and the way that we've evolved.
Yep.
And it's meant to delegitimize, demoralize, and demonize us as a people.
Yep.
That's exactly what it is. And now it's finally being revealed.
They're actually local people adopting the religion of the corded ware, but mostly local ancestry. And then the Beaker arrival is incredible disruption. There's almost no continuity, very little continuity.
Yeah.
So probably what's happening with the Beaker individuals is one way or the other, you have some kind of people who expand demographically and displace people somehow.
They colonize and kill people. You know what that's called? It's called a fucking war. It's called a takeover. It means that they went around and took over a bunch of tribes, killed all the men, and raped all the women. That's what happened. But somehow, because it's 4,500 years ago, you don't want to say what is going on. Who knows? Maybe the men just stopped putting out from that culture.
How did this happen? Oh, wow. It's the magic. Oh, look at that. Why are all these piles of bones?
Jesus, man.
What's this?
Fucking dumbass.
Rapidly displace people over a period of well less than a century.
And do we know whether they were...
less than a century. How do you, like, I mean, really, why are you not just immediately direct about this? Like, how do you displace people over less than half of a century? What motivates a person like this?
Money. A lot of fucking money. That's what motivates them.
Approval. Social
What
approval.
what a fucking joke. What a fucking joke that is, man. Seriously.
First black female sheriff indicted on 30? 30? Oh my God.
Susan Hudson is not only the first female sheriff of Orleans Parish, she's also the
how's it going? How's it going, Red Raven? How's it going?
In the state, period.
We're going to talk about history. When you do break a glass ceiling, you got to celebrate it.
A new sheriff in town, Susan Hudson, breaking barriers indeed, as the first African-American female sheriff in the state's
Indicted with 24 felonies,
history.
Huh? A few. Yo, I love it.
Oh boy, here we go.
Moments later.
Breaking news. Orleans Sheriff Susan Hudson is indicted on 30 felony counts.
So 30 felonies.
30? What? I thought it said 24.
Holy shit.
Why does she have a fucking clip in her ear? What is that?
The first black female sheriff in the state of Louisiana has been indicted on 30 felony counts.
Jesus.
You can't
Maybe you shouldn't have done it 30 times, huh?
make this stuff.
That's what the fuck?
Damn,
To
boy.
keep the move value globally without sheriff in Louisiana's history.
Hudson breaking barriers indeed.
And she's running on a progressive platform, and she scored a major endorsement from Orleans Parish District Attorney Jason Williams, who also ran on that similar progressive platform during his race last year.
Damn it, Louisiana, you're supposed to be better than this.
Hudson has no political experience, but says it's time for a change, and she's focusing on what.
So she has no political experience, but she's a black woman, so vote for her anyway? Okay, right. It's time.
How'd that work out? How'd that work out?
Change. Great.
He calls the 3C ideology: care, custody, and control.
Oh, I thought it was crime, and crime, but I guess you're missing 27.
Yeah, you
7 C's.
Before voters named her sheriff, she spent 11 years as New Orleans independent police monitor.
So you have this
So
extreme
she wasn't even a fucking cop. She was a police monitor.
progressive sheriff whose plan essentially is we don't really want to punish people. We don't want to put people in jail for their crimes.
How's it going, Alex? How's it going, darling?
To pretend like crime doesn't exist.
By the way, this is the reason and the way that a lot of these people create the perception that crime goes down when they run cities. It's because they just... No, well, if we don't write the crime down, then it doesn't get recorded. And if it doesn't get recorded, then the crime goes down. That's exactly what they do.
This is horrible.
And you know what sucks about it? Is that because they're not writing the crime down, these people that are committing these heinous crimes are ending right back out onto the streets.
Well, for the people of New Orleans, because New Orleans has a huge crime problem. Remember when the district attorney of New Orleans was actually carjacked with his mom?
Wait, the district attorney got carjacked?
So wait a minute. So this dude was in his own car with his mom, and they took his damn car. The district attorney.
My mother's really shook up. She keeps reliving it, but we're just thankful that that we're alive. Nobody's hurt.
This is surveillance video from moments after the teens allegedly stole Williams' car. Amaja Curtis, Dejon Curtis, Santan Gilmore, and Ahmad.
Look at them, dude. They're all fucking minors. What the fuck? Hello?
All been charged as adults in this case.
So the people of New Orleans said, hey, let's hire the most progressive, anti-police person we could as sheriff, and that's what they did. So what do you think happened? Well, obviously things went off the rails immediately. See, since she is sheriff, she handles the jails. And immediately, inmates went crazy and conditions at the jail worsened under her tenure.
Yeah, but weeks into Hudson's tenure, inmates in a high-security pod at the Orleans Justice Center barricaded themselves in that pod, blocking out staff.
What are you doing, man? Jesus, bro, you're sagging in prison?
The jail had worsened in some cases.
He's sagging in prison because a lot of people don't understand that in prison, that's where it came from. If you don't know, I would suggest, if you're underage, don't Google it. If you're of the age and you don't know where sagging came from, Google it.
Under Hudson's oversight.
I'm not going to baby bird the information.
Progressive sheriff, things actually got worse for the
Turned
inmates,
into a
not
shithole.
better. And then the controversies just started racking up. For instance, her incompetence caused the court to hold her in contempt because she
You
wasn't
must complete 4 carjackings to unlock these characters.
securing transportation from inmates from the jail to the court.
In New Orleans.
Yeah, they did have the fucking faces blotted out, didn't they? Oh, it's because they're minors. That's why. That's why.
So this bitch just big. So she's big retarded. Because at the beginning I didn't really know. I mean, this looks like a situation of big retarded.
Orleans judge is accusing the sheriff of contempt of court, and she's now being ordered to appear before that judge tomorrow afternoon. Criminal District Chief Judge Tracy Flemings Davalier says that Sheriff Susan Hudson is ignoring a court order to transport recent arrestees from jail to magistrate court on weekends and holidays.
Why?
Now, during the pandemic, that process was paused, going to Zoom and then doing transports during the week. However, on June 18th, the judge issued an order for Hudson to resume those weekend and holiday transports beginning this past Saturday.
Now, this became so bad, they were going to sentence her to like 6 months in prison with a $500 fine, but...
They're going to put the sheriff in prison? And this wasn't enough?
The appeals court last second stepped in and said, let's slow it down because she is the sheriff.
Last Friday. I hate this mentality. Well, we can't do that because they're the sheriff. I don't give a shit.
Big mistake.
The Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals temporarily suspended Sheriff Susan.
I bet it's just a bunch of hags making decisions like that, too. You know that.
It always is.
Hudson's contempt of
100%.
court ruling at the last minute, and WWL exclusively received the documents supporting that stay by the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals. Sheriff Susan Hudson was set to face up to 6 months imprisonment or a fine of up to $500. That's because the Chief Judge of Orleans Parish Criminal Court.
How's that, dude? That's not even like. What do you mean, bro? Like 6 months in prison or $500? Like, I feel like that's not fair.
No, it isn't. It's bullshit. They need to lock her up for like 500 years. That's what she needs.
Is the 500's too easy? Like 500, it's nothing.
Held the sheriff contempt of court for failing to provide a staff of deputies for magistrate court for weekend sessions.
Now, if being found in contempt of court is not enough, the money started becoming a little funny. Now, context is key.
Oh, let me guess. She stole a whole bunch of fucking money too, huh?
Mardi Gras, the city is packed. Local law enforcement needs backup. The sheriff backfills her staff by bringing in officers from other parishes. Since these officers are coming from out of town, the protocol is to reserve hotel rooms for them so they can have a place to stay while they work those grueling shifts. Now, as per protocol, the sheriff reserved a total of 90 rooms across multiple hotels. And obviously, these rooms couldn't be used by the sheriff's own staff because they lived in the city and they could just go home. So why would the sheriff's department need to pay for hotel rooms?
Oh my God, no way. Did she put all the illegals in the rooms?
For the local staff. They live.
You telling me that she's sending everybody up on a vacation?
There.
Information from the New Orleans Office of Inspector General about Sheriff Hudson's hotel reservations during Mardi Gras. The rooms were supposed to be used by law enforcement who had to drive into town to help the NOPD during parades. But in a new report, the Inspector General finds that the sheriff reserved 13 rooms at the Omni Royal Orleans for her command staff, not for any out-of-towners.
Holy shit. God damn.
Just fucking pissing away your money.
Oh my God, there's no way. Is this real? Holy shit, bro. Are you fucking kidding me? Look at how much money this is pissed away.
So the jails are fucked up, nobody's getting taken to court, and she pissed away your money buying fucking hotels for her friends.
Staff members stayed there for a total of 37 nights, but the sheriff had reserved and paid for 90 nights. The total cost of
the thing is that, like, if it was a good sheriff and things were going fine, everybody would be like, all right. But, like, whenever you have all the other cars, you're already on 2 strikes. They've already had to deal with enough of your shit. And now you want to go and do this? Oh, okay. That's too much.
$18,000, and according to the OIG, most of that came from the 53 nights when the rooms remained empty.
So the sheriff had a lot to
Why would you buy rooms if they're going to be empty? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
She spent all the money, they didn't even use it?
Why is your staff staying in high-end hotels when they live in the same city? Here's what the sheriff had to say.
I don't see a controversy here, no. I see this as being money.
You know what I see? I see somebody that needs to be in an orange jumper. That's what I see.
Tell me it's racism.
Well spent to make sure that $1 million was also
Money well spent. That money was literally shoved into a toilet and flushed down the commode. Like, what do you... Bro, like... What? You had nobody staying in the hotel rooms. Why would you buy the hotel rooms? Like,
that was Orleans Parish Sheriff Susan Hudson defending her decision to house 13 top deputies at local hotels.
It doesn't even make sense.
Some for 11 days and nights while they helped with Carnival Parade security. But within hours of that interview, here was Hudson again.
an honorary deputy of the Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office.
Love my sheriff.
That was Hudson thanking the owners of LA Canine, a police dog training company in Vermilion Parish. The company agreed to donate more than $19,000 to pay for those hotel rooms at the Omni Royal Orleans, Sheraton, and Marriott. However, in this Facebook post by one of the owners, Lance Broussard, he characterized the donation as helping the sheriff with, quote, a little problem.
Ooh, he knew what was happening. Ooh!
So crisis averted. The city got all its money back, and the sheriff was off the hook. Now, we got a problem. We got this woman who's been elected sheriff. She's supposed to be in charge of running a jail.
Performing 4% of those timed security patrols. Staffing is a source of the problem, according to the report. Auditor found deputies performed less than 30% of required sale checks, and some cell blocks just performing 4% of those timed security patrols. Staffing is a source of the problem, according to the report, with some deputies allowed to double book shifts, staffing off-duty details at the same time they're scheduled to secure the jail. The auditor counting over 1,300 instances of what the report describes as this potential payroll fraud involving 179 deputies over 3 years.
So,
holy shit.
That's insane.
How does this happen?
You see, the sheriff wasn't really doing a great job. And then...
Really? Is that what it's called?
The fact that there was a massive jailbreak?
Massive manhunt after a stunning jailbreak in New Orleans.
I remember that.
Is this the shit that I watched?
I remember this.
Wait a minute, is this the thing that I watched?
I think it was.
Inside Job. Here's ABC's Maria Villarreal.
Tonight, these stunning images from inside a New Orleans jail cell where 10 inmates, some charged.
Yes, we watched this entire thing. And the thing is, I think they caught all of them. They did.
It was too easy. So here's what authorities said happened.
Authorities say it happened just after midnight when the inmates broke a lock on a cell door.
They were still able to exit the jail about 1:01 a.m.
Be removed with bare hands, suggesting someone inside.
Like, how'd you get caught again?
Atlanta. Officials say
They
a
let me
Crime
out
Stoppers
early.
tip this summer led them there, and they found the fugitive hiding in a crawl space.
10 men
They-
he was
they-
convicted of murdering two.
They re-got all of them.
They were running wild for days.
Hours of unsupervised time, a federal monitor found inmates were, quote, assaulting other inmates, assaulting staff, destroying property, starting fires, smoking, possessing dangerous contraband, and or threatening self-harm. Brown was indicted on 20 similar obstructing justice and conspiring with CFO Bianca Brown to defy a court order. Brown was indicted on 20 similar counts. The arrest warrants are just a peek at the evidence to come.
So now the sheriff's been arrested, got bond, and made a statement saying, hey, this is not what it seems.
Susan Hudson says she
It seems like it is what it seems.
complete vindication as she faces 30 felony counts. In a statement released late Thursday, Sheriff Susan Hudson said she will, quote, aggressively fight to clear my name. And she is, quote, confident the facts will vindicate both me personally and the work I have done. Fox 8 legal analyst Joe Responti expects unsurprising strategies from defense attorneys and state prosecutors.
The defense is going to say that, hey, we tried as hard as we could, we just weren't good enough, and you can't convict somebody for being not good at what their job is.
Yeah, you can. It's called malpractice. Yeah, I mean, if you fuck up big time, you absolutely... I think we should do that. I think if you fuck up big time, something's got to happen.
Now, this left me to thinking, who the hell is running the city of New Orleans? The mayor's indicted.
Has been a historic day in New Orleans.
Even the mayor's in jail. Bro, who the fuck is running the city?
What?
Yo, what?
The mayor, too?
For the first time, a sitting mayor of New Orleans is facing federal charges. Today, a federal grand jury handed up an indictment against Mayor LaToya Cantrell and her former bodyguard, Jeffrey Vappy.
This has to stop.
She faces 11 counts, including wire fraud, obstruction, and lying to a grand jury. This all centers around their alleged romantic relationship and how much...
Why, bro?
Stupid ass.
Why? I mean, come on. You can do better than that, man.
It cost the city of New Orleans.
Okay, so it seems like the sheriff is going to say, hey, just because I'm bad at my...
It seems to me that Louisiana, or New Orleans specifically, is fucking cooked. New Orleans is cooked, guys. I think New Orleans is done.
Adult thing is...
Holy shit, that's 44 minutes. No, thank you.
House.
Oh, yep, here we go. So apparently a gunman went onto the White House. I think they killed the guy.
Look at this. That's a whole lot. Trump is still speaking? I mean, I guess so. Confirms a man was shot by law enforcement near the White House, causing the White House to be locked down. Triggered temporary lockdown of the White House, security area. TikTok trend at this point. I mean, again, the more that they allow this type of language to happen on the internet, the more you're going to have people willing to be crazy or to go out there or do something that's problematic. Shots fired again at the White House? What? Again? Wait, do you mean like you're not talking about like it happened again, right? Like this is like you mean like the second time today? Oh, it is another person. An armed man.
What? So there were two yesterday.
And opened fire in vicinity of J.D. Vance's motorcade near the White House. The man opened fire on Secret Service. The USS returned fire, taking the shooter down. So it happened again.
What? Now they're trying to go after J.D. Vance.
Oh my God. This was 5
because they know.
This sounds kind of coordinated. I don't know, maybe. This is getting close to civil unrest about this. Someone's going to get killed actually in office. I think that's what's going to have to happen. Where somebody in politics and in political office is going to have to get shot before they do something about this. So there's been 2 shootings near the White House today.
Secret Service.
I did not know that. That is insane.
Police to make contact with
Bad
that
boy
individual. Vice President's motorcade did transit through this area. Upon making contact, that individual fled briefly on foot. Withdrew a firearm and fired in the direction of our agents and officers.
What happened to him?
Returned fire and engaged. That individual was hit. He's since been transported to the hospital.
Well, you should be thankful he's still alive.
At least one.
Fuck him.
I believe only one bystander was hit by the suspect.
Was enjoying a vacation in Washington, D.C. We saw presidential motorcade drive by with 20 motorcycle officers and 10 SUVs, and then heard shots fired. This is the first one?
Jesus, man.
You seem to have gotten radicalized. There's only one way this can end. This is where things are going, and I talked about this in a video that I made about this. This is a natural consequence for this behavior, because
it's been allowed. That's the problem. Whenever you advocate for death and violence of political people, regardless of what side they're on, the FBI needs to step up. Kash Patel needs to leave his fucking office and go and get these guys and throw them in jail for advocating for violence and death of people. Whether it be a Discord server, Reddit server, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, doesn't fucking matter. If you're sitting there advocating for death and violence of a political person in power, they need to be in jail, because it's not your constitutional right to advocate for the assassination of somebody or the murder of somebody on social media. That is not in your amendments, dude.
Republicans have controlled the government now for almost 2 years. There hasn't been a single serious effort made to curb online extremism. At this point, I feel like they want it to happen. Well, I think it's going to have to happen. And I'm not talking about like a podcaster or like a political activist. I don't think guys like J.D. Vance or, you know, like Trump see Charlie Kirk as like one of them. Like he's inside of a different realm, and what happened to him is unique to like his experience. I'm talking about an actual politician. And I saw this, Charlie Kirk said this. Assassination culture is spreading on the left. It worked. And so 48% of liberals said at least will be somewhat justified to murder Elon Musk. This is the real issue here. Why are we having more of these assassinations and why are we having more of these security breaches? Because we're having more attempts. At this point, I think
that's really what it boils down to. Is whenever you have all these platforms and these people gassing each other up, eventually you're going to have them doing more and more attempts.
If the Republicans end up getting assassinated, I'm not really going to feel that bad. And the reason why
is because they had so much time to fix this. They had so much time to fix this.
Because you've done nothing to stop this. You can't let this keep going. You can't let people continue to do this. Eventually, something will have to give.
Exactly. Exactly. So, the U.S. made 6 new coral reefs, boys. Another tally mark to the the American war effort.
The Pentagon offering new details a short while ago about Project Freedom in the Strait of Hormuz. Chief National Security Correspondent Jennifer Griffith reports live in Washington. Jennifer, what is the latest?
Well, Larry, the conflict entered a new phase today with the U.S. military beginning a new operation to break Iran's attempted blockade of the strait. We just received a briefing with CENTCOM Commander Admiral Brad Cooper just back in Tampa after a quick trip to the Middle East to meet with sailors and airmen currently blockading Iranian ships from leaving Iranian ports and the Persian Gulf and clearing a path through the Strait of Hormuz and guiding commercial vessels through the strait. Admiral Cooper confirmed that 2 U.S. vessels crossed the strait this morning and that Iran's IRGC fired cruise missiles and drones at those commercial vessels and at the U.S. destroyers in the Arabian Sea, but all were intercepted and shot down.
Yep, and now they're at the bottom of the ocean where they belong. Sucks to
Admiral
suck.
Cooper said U.S. attack helicopters blew up 6 IRGC fast boats today.
W.
And the small boats were all going against commercial ships, and all were sunk by Apaches and Seahawk helicopters. We have gone through the strait today. As we sit here right now, we have multiple U.S. Navy guided missile destroyers operating in the Arabian Gulf.
Maybe you shouldn't have done it, huh? Maybe you should have just fucked off.
7 countries have ships stuck in the Persian Gulf. Admiral Cooper
Now they're starting to ferry these ships through. Hopefully we can get this shit unblockaded.
Says the U.S. government has reached out to dozens of ships and shipping companies to encourage traffic flow.
I've transited through the Strait of Hormuz probably 100 times in my career. You typically see between 20 and 40 small boats in a pack coming out. Today we saw 6 and eliminated them quickly. I think this is an example of the degradation of their capability. That doesn't mean it's all gone, but it's highly degraded.
Now the clock is ticking on storage as crude piles up on tankers and at export hubs like Kharg Island. Analysts estimate Iran could hit capacity in about a month at current production levels, which would force significant output cuts, risking long-term damage to Iran's oil fields. The strategy the Trump administration is pursuing is to break the Iranian blockade militarily while enforcing its own blockade of Iran's oil tankers.
Ooh, they about to get their asses cleaned, boys.
To force Iran
it's about damn time.
Jennifer, just one quick question. Thank you for your reporting. You know, there's however many ships ready to come through the strait, 100 ships, 150 ships, I don't know how many, 200 ships. Do you think our strategy, American Navy strategy, is to, you know, have a large number of them come, you know, not 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, but let's say for argument's sake, 50 ships go. going through, which would really kind of break the whole logjam, probably bring down oil prices. But is that part, they're going to go big, Jennifer? That's what I'm trying to get out.
I think obviously the goal is to go big, but they have to test the waters, so to speak, and that's what they did today, sending those 2 ships through. The Apache helicopters, the Overwatch that they were able to provide, they were able to shoot down those drones and cruise missiles. If you sent 50 through at the same time.
Huh? I didn't even see that. So you're making an accusation? That's kind of fucked up. Is that all you know how to do? It doesn't seem like you know how to do anything else. You know what? Chat's been awfully hungry today. What are we gonna do with this guy? Chat's been awfully hungry today. Botting on YouTube doesn't do anything, dumbass. That's not how you make money on YouTube. You don't make money on YouTube that way. That's a Twitch thing, stupid fuck. That's like what? Mixed. Damn it, I lost his damn name, bro. I thought it was green, wasn't it? Michael. Oh, there it is. It was purple. That's why I couldn't find it. Thought it was green, but it's purple. It looks like you're cooked, man. Enjoy your perma. Because you're a dumbass. There we go.
Time right now, you might find that the Iranians could get lucky and hit one of those ships, and that would be disastrous. So they're going to test the waters. They're going to keep destroying.
I'm sitting at 1,500 views of the overall clicks onto the fucking
from
stream. What are you talking
this
about?
Open waterway that they've opened and demined near Oman, Larry.
All right, got it. Thank you for that, by the way. You're the first person to really walk me through that. I appreciate it very much.
Be sure to like and subscribe.
Make sure y'all hit like on the stream. Make sure y'all sub if y'all new here. I'm here every day, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time. Apparently there's this new thing, a thing that's been around where you can hype up content. Please go and hype up videos. You can hype up to 3 videos a day. It has to be long form content, and you have to do it on your phone. If you go to a video and you look at the comments, you can slide to the left and you can hype up a video. It helps out with viewers and gets more people like-minded like yourself into the conversation. So please go and hype up the videos, guys. I need to use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Okay, we bake. We bake. Okay. What was this?
All right, that's a press conference on the hantavirus. However, we do see War Secretary Pete Hegseth providing an update on Iran.
Well, as you know, President Trump has directed U.S. Central Command to restart the free flow of commerce through the Strait of Hormuz under the umbrella of Project Freedom. To be clear, this operation is separate and distinct from Operation Epic Fury. Project Freedom is defensive in nature, focused in scope, and temporary in duration, with one mission: protecting innocent commercial shipping from Iranian aggression. American forces won't need to enter Iranian waters or airspace. It's not necessary. We're not looking for a fight, but Iran also cannot be allowed to block innocent countries and their goods from an international waterway. Iran is the clear aggressor, harassing civilian vessels, threatening mariners from
They always were the damn aggressor. Anybody that's too goddamn brainwashed to understand that they weren't always the aggressor is just fucking stupid.
Every nation, indiscriminately, and weaponizing a critical choke point for its own financial benefit, or at least trying to. For too long,
They tried really hard, though, didn't they?
Iran has been harassing ships, shooting at civilian tankers from all nations, and trying to impose a tolling system. Iran's plan, a form of international extortion, is unacceptable. That ends with Project Freedom.
Okay. Then I guess you can inform everybody here what we don't know. So what's the history? Looks like your ADHD meds ain't kicked in yet. So do you have any actual information? Because first you said that I'm the one that's being pretty straightforward. I mean, you called me stupid because apparently I don't know my history. So what in history am I missing? Since you know oh so much. I'll give you a minute, bro. Now, you know what? Better yet, it doesn't seem like you're actually gonna converse anyway, because you're just trying to eat up time in the stream. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put you on I'm just gonna immediately put you on trial, sir. Because you're not gonna eat up time in my stream. And while the chat decides if you stay or leave, you can be typing out whatever nonsense you want to type out. How about that? Gotta learn to be a little bit more efficient with these clowns, because they're not here to actually give any insight. They're here to just eat up time in the stream, and I'm done with that. Done with that altogether. 939. Oh, how's it going, Megabytes? How's it going? Stoner 420 Kings. How's it going? Hey, he's not even gonna type anything. Of course he's not. Like I said, he was just here to eat up time. Let's get this ass clown out of our fucking shit and move on. We've got a lot more to cover, especially with this,
2 U.S. commercial ships, along with American destroyers, have already safely transited the strait,
a lot of stuff,
showing the lane is clear.
United States Navy for sinking those dumbasses out in the Strait of Hormuz. Turn them into coral reefs, man. I love to see it. This is long overdue. Keep sinking them.
Iranians are embarrassed by this fact.
Good, they should be embarrassed. Well, I don't think the Iranians should be embarrassed. The IRGC should be embarrassed because they're piss ants compared to the United States Army.
They said they control the strait. They do not. So American ships led the way.
I need to get some damn coffee, too. I was thinking about it this morning, but, man, I do regret not getting some coffee.
Shouldering the initial risk from the front, as Americans always do. And right now, hundreds more ships from nations around the world are lining up.
Yeah, I don't think it's every single video, but if you find, I'm trying to stick to, every single day, I'm going to try to upload 3 or 4 videos. If you can find those videos that'll be uploaded throughout the day from the stream and hype them, I also think you can hype up streams, but I wouldn't recommend hyping the streams because, the thing is with the streams is that they already happened. So whatever viewership that was on them is mostly going to be dead. But if you hype up the new videos, it will most likely trigger a staggering effect where if I start linking the videos to the future streams, then the future streams will get more viewers from those videos. So if you guys just wait and throughout the day, if y'all just click on the channel and y'all wait for those new the videos to be posted out of the stream, then y'all can like the stream, y'all can hit the comments up, and then on top of that, y'all can hype it up. So it's mostly for long form content. It can't be shorts feeds, and it also has to be on your phone, from what I understand. At least to the information that I found.
To transit.
And you can do it you can do it 3 times a week, from what I understand. I didn't even know it was a thing. Apparently, it's been around for a little bit.
Is in active communication.
It helps bring more like-minded. It helps with the viewership of the video. Whenever you hype something, it helps with the viewership of the video, brings more people in to view it.
Hundreds of ships, shipping companies, and insurers. All of these ships from all around the world want to get out of the Iranian trap that they have been stuck inside. As a direct gift from the United States to the world, we have established a powerful red, white, and blue dome over the strait. American destroyers are on station, supported by hundreds of fighter jets, helicopters, drones, and surveillance aircraft, providing 24/7 overwatch for peaceful commercial vessels, except Iran's, of course. Which is why
W. Allison
remains.
I believe also Darling also used. She used 2 different accounts, which is crazy. But W people that go and hype the videos too, and comment on the videos and like the streams and do the memberships. Y'all are all awesome. Everybody that shows up every day, y'all are all killing it, man. Chat.
Full effect as well. In fact, 6 ships tried to run the blockade out of Iranian ports as Project Freedom commenced, and they were all turned around. This is more than strategy, it's also humanitarian. By breaking Iran's illegal stranglehold, we're protecting the lives and livelihoods of sailors from dozens of countries, securing global energy routes, and preventing shortages that hit the world's poorest people the hardest. Once again, America is using its strength to lift up others. Iran is trying to subjugate the world. To what remains of Iran's forces, if you attack American troops or innocent commercial shipping, you will face overwhelming and devastating American firepower.
I'm sure they realize that. That's why they haven't done anything. The
president has been very clear about this. We prefer this to be a peaceful operation, but are locked and loaded to defend our people, our ships, our aircraft, and
they fucked around with this for months now. It's time to get y'all's asses in gear and start dealing with this nonsense, man.
This mission without hesitation.
Took long enough.
To Iran, let innocent ships pass freely. These international waters belong to all nations, not to Iran to tax, toll, or control.
That's right.
To our partners, allies, and the rest of the world, this is a temporary mission for us. As I've said before, the world needs this waterway a lot more than we do. We're stabilizing the situation so commerce can flow again, but we expect the world to step up. At the appropriate time and soon, we will hand responsibility back to you.
Hell no, W-chat, man.
Americans executing this mission right now, simply thank you.
More per gallon.
Your
You do realize that they're allowing ships to go through now, right?
Courage, your readiness, your unmatched professionalism,
Like,
and
the
precision.
United States has blockaded Iran and is now pushing citizen vessels through the Strait of Hormuz. So, what the fuck?
Are why the world can breathe easier today.
No, they're not. Wow, that's crazy. That's literally what he's talking about. That's literally what he's talking about. They just took out 6 more of those pissant Iranian vessels. They're at the bottom of the ocean now. They're coral reefs. It's a great day to be an American. Must suck to be the IRGC right about now. They have to watch their ships constantly get sank. Man, it must be steaming.
To the incredible Americans executing this mission right now, simply thank you. Your courage, your readiness, your unmatched professionalism and precision are why the world can breathe easier today and every day. You are and always will be the greatest fighting force in human history, unmatched always. Project Freedom is underway. Commerce will be flowing, and America is once again leading with strength, clarity, and purpose for the benefit of the entire world. Our will is unshakable. God bless our troops, and God bless the mighty United States Navy as well. Mr. Chairman, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary, and good morning, everyone.
Here, I'll make sure that you don't come back. I'll make sure you don't come back. I'm just going to perma you. How about that? There you go. See you, dumbass.
Everyone,
Have
thanks
fun.
for being here. On Sunday, at the direction of the president,
They're not allowing the ships to pass through. Literally what they're fucking talking about. There's idiots here. I'm leaving. Oh, fuck all of you. I'm leaving now. Bye. Don't let the door hit you in your gaping asshole on the way out, dummy.
CENTCOM initiated Project Freedom with the objective of facilitating the safe passage of international commercial shipping through the Strait of Hormuz.
Bro just got aborted.
Over the past 7 weeks, Iran's repeatedly
And they want to take away rights to abortions. No! More rights for abortion!
attacked commercial shipping in the strait in order to effectively cut off commercial traffic and damage the global economy. By obstructing one of the world's most critical maritime checkpoints, a vital transit route for approximately 1/5
He loves bananas,
of the global
wonder
oil
why.
consumption, Iran is weaponizing the global supply
That's right.
chain.
Darwin
This
Awards are
action
undefeated.
disregards established navigational rights and the law of the sea, and the regime led by the IRGC is
Big surprise, if you take over international water, you get your shit sent to the bottom of the fucking ocean. That's what you fucking get, losers. Yo, like, what is even... Why did it take a month for this to happen? Seriously. What the hell is Trump doing?
entire global economy hostage.
Bro's like a child. He finds something new to play with and he completely abandons the prior toy. Like, what is this?
Last few days of activities, and if you take a look at the map here, as the Secretary said, the United States has established Project Freedom to open up the Strait of Hormuz. This graphic highlights the kinetic engagements that the Iranians have attempted to make or have taken against the region. The green dots and blue dots show the groupings of commercial, cargo, and tanker vessels, and the United States has established a significant presence over the strait here in order to open up the free flow of commerce, noting the blockade still continues.
So they're blocking out the Iran ships and they're now blowing up the Iranian ships and ferrying the individual vessels through now. It's about damn time. It is seriously about damn time. Holy
the eastern
shit.
flank. The map shows the examples and samples of Iranian attacks against commercial vessels in the strait, as well as the Gulf of Oman and up in the Arabian Gulf. Since the ceasefire was...
You see all the red patches? Those are Iranian ships that are now under the water. They got turned into reefs, boys. Oh, man. Donald Trump saving the world and saving the fish at the same time. Hot damn.
Announced Iran has fired at commercial vessels 9 times. And
Dude, not even prior to Operation Epic Fury and Roar of the Lion, bro. Like, they gave these guys so many times to sit down at the damn table. It's the same shit, dude. These people never wanted to actually make any kind of deals. They just wanted to postpone this so they could continue terrorizing people around them. These guys are control freaks. They're freaking they're terrorists. What? You really can't tell me that Trump actually planned on sitting down and having peace talks with these terrorists. Come on.
Ships.
It's fucking
and they've
ridiculous.
attacked U.S. forces more than 10 times, all below the threshold of restarting major combat operations at this point. You can also see the group of tankers and cargo
So what you're telling me is that these guys are such big piss ants that the little boats that they blew up that were trying to attack United States Navy were such piss ants that they don't even, they flicked their wrist and said, it's not worth the time. It's whatever. They were like, nah, we don't really need to kick up the entire war again for this. This is just nothing.
U.S. blockade line, as I mentioned. As a result of Iran's indiscriminate attacks across the region, there are currently 22,500.
Yo, if there are any IRGC members that are out there that just so happen to click on this, I can see you steaming. Bro, you polluting the atmosphere with how angry you are. You see a fucking American just sitting his fat ass in his chair in his apartment, laughing at all the new coral reefs that were originally IRGC boats. Man, I'd be mad. Woo! I'd be mad.
100 mariners embarked on more than 1,550 commercial vessels trapped in the Arabian Gulf, unable to transit. In addition to shipping, Iran has continued to deliberately attack its neighbors.
Morning, Black Kite.
Yesterday, Iran attacked Oman once and the UAE 3 times, including an attack on Fujairah oil terminal, which was successfully defeated.
We tried and tried to save their lives, and now the games are over. And here's the thing. If Donald Trump entered this war thinking that he was going to be able to psyop and mental gymnastic his way out of possibly annihilating an entire civilization of people, I've got something to say to you, Donald Trump. Maybe you shouldn't have sparked a war or been the guy that led the war if you didn't have in the back of your mind that you may have to harm a lot of people that don't deserve it. Because that's what this war was always going to be. They have been occupied by the IRGC, and they are using hospitals, they are using schools to store weapons-grade materials and soldiers. They are using ambulances to transport around Iranian soldiers that got blown up whenever we were trying to find that downed pilot. You are not going to tell me that this war was going to be anything but the possibility of another Japan. And if you didn't think that it may end up coming to that, you never should have sparked this war. You should have let a different president do it. If you aren't ready to end this in the same term that you were elected for the administration, you should not have done this. You shouldn't have done it. You got to be ready to crack the sun over Iran. There's a lot of Iranians that have openly stated that they've given a lot of their lives already to fight back against the IRGC. If you're not ready to help them in the way that they themselves may not like it, then you shouldn't have done this. And that's my message to Trump. If you're not ready to end an entire civilization, don't start something you can't. Well, he didn't. I keep skirting around the whole don't start. This has been going on for 47 years. So he didn't start it, but he shouldn't have done the events that led to the start of this war, if that makes more sense. Trump didn't start it, he is finishing it, but he needs to finish it faster, and he needs to be understanding of what it may take to finish this war. That's my view on it.
They also launched cruise missiles, drones, small boats at U.S. forces defending commercial shipping in the Straits, and United States Navy MH-60 helicopters and Army AH-64 Apache helicopters successfully defeated those threats. Thus far, today is quieter. Let me describe this defensive operation just a few clicks down for you.
He did start the war. I'm not downplaying Trump's achievements in this. What I am saying is that if Trump never had the balls to nuke the shit out of Iran if it came to it, he should have never started it. Period. He should have let a different president do it. They knew how tough this was going to be. And they did it anyway. Are you ready to go the mile, or are you going to piss out and whimper at the finish line? Because they're at the finish line. They're crippling the country. The country has no more toys. They've all been yeeted and deleted. The only thing that you can do now is treat it like Japan. That's the only thing left. Are you willing to do that? That's the question that you've got to start with when it comes to any of these wars. Are you willing to do what it takes to win? That's the question.
As the Secretary said, Project Freedom is designed to protect commercial shipping and help restore the flow of commerce through the strait and sustain freedom of navigation.
If America is forced to pull out of this war, what do you think Israel's going to do? Do you think Israel is going to allow them, Iran and the IRGC, to continue carpet bombing and sending intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBMs, into their cities? No. I would say that there is a 50-50 chance that if America leaves this war in Iran, that Israel's going to nuke them. That's honestly what I think. There is a chance. I would say that it would drastically decrease that chance, but I would say that that chance is never going to be zero. Ever.
CENTCOM has established an enhanced security area on the southern side of the strait that is now protected by U.S. land, naval, and air assets to help defeat further Iranian aggression against commercial shipping. I'd like to share a little bit more about U.S. capabilities.
So I have a question for you. What makes you think that... So what qualifies somebody to talk about this? What is the qualifier to be able to talk about geopolitics and warfare? I'm not mad. I'm not upset. I'm asking you a question, Zakharabovus. What makes you qualified to talk about geopolitics and war and warfare? Inkling of how it works. So you have no idea what makes you qualified for geopolitics and warfare. Well, I hate to break it to you, but there are veterans, there are people that work at certain departments in our country that I'm not going to say because that's not my thing. And there are a lot of older people that have fought in wars that are in these comments constantly and daily. There are Air Force people here. I highly respect all of them. They're here for a reason. They're here for a reason. You don't understand it, but you don't have to. Because all you really want to do is agitate people and waste time in the stream. That's what your goal is. You just want to disenfranchise somebody because they're saying stuff that you don't like. Instead of trying to, and this is a tip for you, I'm going to time you out. I'm not going to ban you. I'm going to time you out for 24 hours. If you could come back tomorrow with information and articles and YouTube videos that will describe how my talking points are wrong, then you could stick around. I'll give you 24 hours. That's more than enough time. That was fair, wasn't it? That was fair. I feel like that was pretty fair. I mean, if you're going to sit here and tell me that I'm not qualified to talk about something, the least you can do is present evidence. I mean... Anyone can talk about it. It's free speech. You said they were at the finish line like 8 weeks ago. Go join the military since you're so passionate about it. So, you're a generational crash out. We got somebody that's been in here for, what, 2 streams? So, like, you know what the problem is when you have an administration that isn't willing to blow up infrastructure at bridges in order to push the military goal. And the military goal is the complete victory and domination over the IRGC and the unconditional surrender of the IRGC. I don't think Trump is willing to do that. I knew from the start that I wasn't going to get what I wanted out of this war, but we have shown to the world exactly how strong American Navy and military is, and how much of a damn good asset we can be for any military in the world. You think that this war makes us look weak? Even now we're collecting W's as we retake the Strait of Hormuz. You realize how long it take? And then it's the Navy too, so you'd have to score a certain range in order to be on the Navy. It's not just the military that's down there, it's the Navy, man. Do you even know what you're talking about? And I don't mind free speech, but if you're going to sit here and cause problems for the entire stream, then I'm going to call you out, and you better have something good to say. Because if not, I'm just going to ban you because you're being a nuisance. Not you particularly, but I hate to break it to you, but if you walk up to like your boss and say, go fuck yourself, I doubt that free speech is going to protect you. Now, I think it should, but does that mean it's going to? No.
But for operational security purposes, I'm not going to get into specific details out there. On the surface, guided missile destroyers and other warships are detecting and defeating Iranian threats.
Shit was already expensive. Stuff was already expensive. And you know what? Whenever you pull up a graph of the imaginary fucking inflation graph numbers, everything's been up since like 2016. If you look at that graph, it does this. It hasn't gone down for any president. I hate to break it to you. We had more buying power in 2008.
Includes fast boats and one-way attack drones. In the air, more than 100 fighters, attack aircraft, and other manned and unmanned aircraft synchronized by the 82nd Airborne Division are in the air 24 hours a day, providing defensive overwatch for the enhanced security area and its approaches that I discussed. These forces are comprised of over
I'm a veteran. Give it more. Racism is good. Ratio. You are getting ratioed. We look so weak and we wasting resources. I'm a veteran and I completely disagree with everything you say. That's crazy. I don't really care because you can just be saying that you're a veteran. I've got people that have joined the Discord that have well, kind of proven to me that they're veterans. So I don't really... You're a patriot? Yeah, I am. I live in the best country in the world. You see, Trump could never make America great again. America was never ungreat. You know how I know that? The mass influx of immigrants that want your house. That's how I know that. When you've got people that are moving into your houses around your neighborhoods, and telling you, and while they wave your flag upside down or burn it, that your country sucks. There's a reason why they're doing that here and not in their own shithole country where they came from. Just like this guy trying to see, you know what? It's been a little bit since I've done a vote on the island. You know what I'm saying? Are you gonna get ratioed off the island? I mean, let's see. Are you gonna get ratioed off the island, out of the stream? Are you gonna get yeeted and deleted? Gas isn't anywhere near as expensive as it was whenever Bush was in power. I love seeing people that are like, but gas is like X amount of money, but gas was like $6 a gallon when Bush was in power. Who the fuck cares? When people disagree with him, I'm not mad. You haven't seen me mad. None of y'all have actually seen me mad. Funny enough, like, y'all have seen like snippets of it, but y'all haven't seen me mad. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know what I'm like when I'm mad.
$15,000
Bye-bye
American
now.
service members and have established...
If you're new here, sub to the channel, hit like on the stream. We're here every single day, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time. Hype up the videos whenever y'all come across videos on y'all's phones. Try to hype them up. You know, it helps out with the viewership, gets more like-minded people to join the Discord and view the videos and flush out all these people that are obviously anti-American. You know what I'm saying? We got to come together collectively and show the collective.
Localized air and sea control to protect against Iranian threats. Commercial vessels...
Damn, bro, I ain't never gonna get through this damn video. I keep seeing the name. Y'all know who I'm seeing. Things suck here under... You anti-First Amendment lit. Pedro talk. People are losing. I guess every private business in America and every government business in America is anti-First Amendment, because if you walk up to your boss in America and tell him to go fuck yourself, see how quickly you don't lose your job. You know damn good and well that if you apply that logic to anything else in your life, it falls apart. Why are you doing it here? People are losing their health care. People are losing their healthcare because of Trump. People aren't losing their healthcare because of Trump. People don't have healthcare, dingus. Nobody can afford healthcare. I worked one job my entire life that gave me healthcare, and it was working for the fire department. And I had to fucking bust my fucking ass to get that job. Don't talk to me about healthcare. Nobody has healthcare here. That's how I know you ain't even from America. You don't even know what you're saying. Nobody has health care. Nobody. The fuck are you even talking about, bruh? You don't even know what you're talking about. Well, things are shit here in Iowa. No one can have health care. No one has health care. Insurance is a scam. No one can afford it. What a joke. Oh, but the healthcare! The healthcare! Oh! Bro, having healthcare is a fucking privilege. Be thankful you can afford it at all. I'm 31 years old and I've worked one job my entire fucking life where healthcare I didn't have to pay for, it was given because I could die of fucking cancer. The fuck? I saw that 1/3 of Gen Z was aborted, dude. I think that's kind of funny. I'm sorry. I know I'm going to hell for saying that, but I think it's kind of funny. And you can honestly say maybe it's a good thing. Because, like, do you really think that some of the Gen Zers that are out and about now need to have kids? I mean, really? I mean, let's think about this. Do you really think they need to have kids? I can say that because I'm pro-abortion. Like, I think that if a lady wishes to have that done to herself, that is her decision. That's my honest opinion, okay? The player in me will not allow me to say anything otherwise. I apologize if that may upset some of y'all constant viewers, but that's just the one thing that I am like, nah. Damn, bro got cooked. You know what sucks is I don't even know where the fuck he's at now. There he is. Hide user on channel. Oh, if you're new here, sub to the channel, hit like on the stream. We're here every single day, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time, doing the same thing. Please go hype the videos. Go hype the videos, so that way we can get more like-minded people up in this bitch. Join the Discord. I also live on X, Twitch, Kick, YouTube, big and small. So yeah, go check it out.
The area will see, hear, and frankly feel U.S. combat power around them on the sea, in the skies, and on the radio. And as of this morning, as was mentioned prior, 2 U.S. flag merchant vessels have transited, and we anticipate more to transit.
Yeah, and I kind of didn't address this. The hiking in the gas prices is temporary, guys. When this war is over, well, whenever Trump's done making coral reefs, the gas prices are going to go down. In fact, there's a good chance with the United States Navy forcing ferrying the ships through now and defending them, that the gas prices are going to go down even faster than that
over the coming days. Further up the Gulf, U.S. Naval Forces Central Command continues to work to identify and mitigate any threats. I don't even know what you said, but beyond Project Freedom, CENTCOM and the rest of the Joint Force remain ready to resume major combat operations against Iran if ordered to do so. No adversary should mistake our current restraint with a lack of resolve, and the President has
to make a child woman shouldn't have illiterate.
has said, as the Secretary has, that now is the time for those with equity stake in the strait to come assist. Before I turn it back to the Secretary...
Look at it this way when it comes to the abortion rights thing. Would you rather that baby be aborted, or would you rather them live a life where they end up in a foster home that has a parent that abuses them, does awful, terrible things to them to the point where it fucks the rest of their life up, and then they end up, doing themselves in? Do you really think that anybody deserves to have a life like that? Now, there are the exceptions where foster parents are amazing, and you find people that will genuinely take care of the kids, but let's be honest on that statistic, okay? Let's be honest on that statistic.
I want to take a moment to highlight part of our joint force today. And today I want to talk about the paratroopers of the United States Army 82nd Airborne Division. When the President or the Secretary need immediate, scalable, and lethal combat power in CENTCOM or elsewhere, the All-American Division answers the call. The 82nd is the core of our nation's immediate response force and ready to deploy within hours of notice.
No. Y'all can disagree. Y'all can disagree. That's fine. Like if it's a moral thing or if it's like an ethical thing, that's perfectly fine. Don't feel bad for saying you disagree, guys. As long as y'all being respectful, I don't care. Yo, like it's okay to have a disagreement. It's gonna happen. I said this many times, and I guess I haven't really said it recently, but like I'm gonna stay true to what I believe in, and I've seen too many horrible things in my life to say the alternative when it comes to, abortion rights. And that's just my view on it, and you may disagree, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with disagreeing. It's when you try to insult me that it becomes problematic. I wished every day that my mom had aborted me, because my life has been a living fucking hell. But we don't all get what we want. So, you know what I'm saying?
Paratroopers are capable of accomplishing any mission in any environment, constantly training, constantly ready to jump from Air Force aircraft into ground combat and seize key terrain if ordered to do so, just like their predecessors did in Sicily.
And also, here's another aspect of it that not a lot of people think of. As an EMT, I'm telling you that people aren't just going to not abort a child because they can no longer go to a facility and do it. What ends up happening is you get calls to babies being found in dumpsters. You get calls to dumpster truck drivers finding a human baby skull in the back of the garbage truck. You get calls to plumbers finding clogged toilets with human, you find mothers that attempted to do the abortion themselves and end up killing them, doing themselves in and the child. Until you've walked on the scene of something like that, you don't really have that perspective. Okay? That's where I'm going with this. Until you've walked on a scene where you've seen that kind of perspective, you realize real quick that just because they can't do it the safe way, that they're not just not going to do it. They're going to do it whether anyone agrees with it or not. They're just going to do it quietly, and they're going to put not only themselves in danger, but not only the child life in danger, but themselves in danger. And 9 times out of 10, that's where it ends up. And that's why I can't be making it laws for pro or non-pro abortion rights doesn't really solve the problem. Making it more affordable to raise a child, that's the more beneficial thing that we should be thinking of in society.
And Normandy in World War II, or to secure or enable the follow-on forces to flow into theater as they did in Grenada or Panama. They can do the range of missions from counterinsurgency to counterterrorism operations to power projection, as they have many times over the course of the history of this great division. They can do all these things because they're incredibly well-trained, well-equipped, and well-led, but also because
and that's another mentality. Just close your legs. Bro, that shit don't work. I can't stand this stagnate this bullshit that they teach kids of just don't do it. Don't do it. Just don't do this thing. How often does that work? You may reach 2 or 3% of the people that you tell not to do that. Sure. But how often does that actually work, guys? It's time to stop living in a fairy tale land and start living in reality. Come on.
Indomitable spirit of the all-American paratrooper. Every single one of them volunteered for this role, volunteered to go to airborne training, and volunteered to serve. But this division is now more than just a formation that we use for forcible entries. For example, just today, they are out there coordinating, integrating, and synchronizing land, air, space, sea, and cyber forces using joint all-domain command and control. They use next-generation tactical networks that are AI-enabled to augment intelligence and operations.
We were dare kids that all smoked weed. Not me. I smoked weed once, and I hated it. I fucking hated it, bro. I hated it so much. I didn't like it, so I never did it again. But, no. Like, yeah, exactly, like, remember Dare to be Different, that entire thing? Like, I remember seeing that all over school. Dare to be different. Don't do drugs. Don't do this. Man, I don't think I've talked to a single person to date that hasn't been on some form of drug. Even cigarettes and alcohol is a drug. Like, dude, come on.
And they seamlessly synchronize all of these effects and are doing so in support of Project Freedom as we speak. The relentless focus on technical innovation allows the commanders out there in the field to see, sense, and understand the opportunities that are in front of them, along with the associated risks, and make smart decisions out on the objective. With incredible courage, tenacity, and grit, they are going all the way every day, and whenever the nation calls on them, they are there to answer the call. We are grateful for their service and their leadership. Lastly, before I close, as I often do, I want to remember some of our fallen. Today, we remember Sergeant William Rivers, Specialist Brianna Moffett, and Specialist Kennedy Sanders of the 718.
Reverse psychology on every. I like that. That's funny. Don't do it, but can I try it? Well, like, that's the thing. It's like, would you rather, like, here's the thing. You could raise your child, and do not take this. Do not do this with your children if you don't feel comfortable, obviously. But would you rather your child do drugs whenever they get out on their own? Or would you rather know that they're doing it under your roof safely? Because they're going to do it simply because you told them not to. Would you rather them be safe and learn what they like and what they don't like before they leave the nest? And know that they'll know that you can trust them to tell you that they're doing something? Or would you rather them go out and end up getting themselves hurt or worse, killed because they tried something they never tried before and they OD'd on it? Now, as a parent, whenever my child starts getting to the age where it's almost time for them to go on and leave the nest, I'd probably be like, look, why don't you try these things if you feel comfortable with it? Just let me know you're doing it and make sure you're doing it in the house under my supervision. That would be kind of like my go-to. Because they're going to do it. How safe are they going to be when they're doing it? That's what matters.
Company, U.S. Army Reserves out of Fort Benning, Georgia. They were tragically killed on January 28th, 2024, when attacked by an Iranian-backed proxy force at Tower 22 in Jordan. We continue to carry on their memories. We remember their names. We remember their families. And the Secretary and I are deeply grateful for all of our deployed forces who are out there doing our nation's work. And, sir, with that, I'll kick it back over to you.
Very good. We'll take a few questions. Go ahead.
Thank you. Alexandra Ingersoll, One America News. Do you assess...
No, I wouldn't be okay with a child getting a laced drug and dying. I never said that. I am saying that they're going to do it regardless. Whether you like it or not, they're going to do it. I lived with somebody that would punch holes in the wall so he could hide drugs. They're going to do it regardless. But if they start getting something that's laced with something really bad, time is of the essence. Not your personal feelings or morality. Sometimes it takes a couple seconds before help is just not going to do anything. Sometimes it could take a couple minutes, but every second counts. The sooner you can start helping them and get them to the treatment they need is the fastest way you're going to save their life.
Do you assess what's left of this small boat fleet to be a significant threat or a nuisance to be managed? And then secondly, what is your message to critics who say that the U.S. doesn't have a strategy in this mission?
Well, any threat needs to be taken seriously. And just like those 6 attack boats that the chairman mentioned were taken seriously and dealt with before there were any real threat to the American military vessels that they were approaching. And that is it. Small craft like that are all that Iran has left. Their ability to close with a destroyer of the capabilities that we have is limited, but we're going to take it very seriously and kinetically, quickly. We're not going to allow a threat to gather. And I can tell you, even from just this morning, the strategy remains laser focused. In fact, what I think you see from Project Freedom is that we're not allowing ourselves to get distracted. This is a separate and distinct effort, temporary in nature, that we plan to hand over to the world. The world has expressed a desire to be a part of this. As is often the case, or maybe almost always the case, American leadership is required. So the president was willing to undertake this, send commercial ships through, send destroyers in, provide this red, white, and blue bubble of protection, and encourage the world to step up. Because ultimately, this waterway is, as I said, far more crucial to the rest of the world, and they need to have the ability to defend it. So I think this is a reflection of a laser-focused strategy, actually, right here.
Morning, Mr. Secretary, Mr. Chairman. David Zia, Real America's Voice. I wanted to...
You shouldn't worry about that. Worrying about, you know what, it doesn't matter. Let's just move on from the whole abortion thing. Don't get debated in chat. We're moving on from this topic. You're not going to convince anybody that's already set in stone what their views of it are. That's just not how it works. It never works in chat. Stop doing it. It doesn't work. It's the same thing with religion, and it's the same thing with other things as well. I'm fucking blanking on it, but you're not going to convince anybody, dude. Nobody's here because they want to be convinced. They're here because they want to be informed of other things that are going on that will lead to their critical thinking skills to have an outcome for them. So let's just get to this.
Are there any armaments larger than, say, small, AK-47 type stuff, or any anti-ship cruise missiles identified? And my second question is, if there's a divide between the IRGC and Tehran, is there a way to get Tehran to agree to let us go after the IRGC that is doing these attacks without violating the ceasefire?
Well, right now, anything coming at our craft...
The hell with their fucking ceasefire. Their whole ceasefire was done with the idea or the planned unfucking of the Strait of Hormuz. And they have yet to do that, so now we must unfuck it and continue doing what we're doing.
Regardless of what's on it, it has to be defended against, and that's the case. I don't know what the exact armaments were on those fast boats.
Small arms, nothing significant on the fast boats.
Rifles or small machine guns. There were some small coastal cruise missiles shot down as well. So there's some frothiness in the beginning aspects of this that were dealt with very directly by our destroyers, and we're communicating both overtly and quietly to the Iranians to allow this defensive operation to happen on behalf of the world. There are some actions the IRGC takes sometimes that are outside the bounds of what maybe Iranian negotiators would like. That's their job to rein that in and ultimately create a condition for a deal, right? That's not something I talked about in these remarks, but that's happening in real time. Iran has an ability to make that deal, but what we're demonstrating with Project Freedom is they don't control the strait. I mean, we know Iran is embarrassed by the fact that our blockade is holding, and we can run ships through, and we're going to help the world run ships through. And if they hold it at issue, the whole world knows who's doing it. It's not us. We're willing to open it up. It's Iran, and that creates a dilemma for them. We hope they make a deal. Yes.
They're not going to make a deal. They never made a deal. They're not going to make a deal because they just want to keep doing what they're doing to their own people in order to maintain power, and they're willing to do it to the rest of the fucking world to maintain power. They did it whenever they killed 45K of their own people, whenever they fucking launched missiles at their own allies, whenever they fucking took over the Strait of Hormuz. They're willing to make everybody miserable for their own fucking gain. The hell with these people, man. The hell with the IRGC.
Mary Margaret with the Daily Wire. You said that the attacks by Iran so far are below the threshold of restarting major combat operations. What is that threshold? And then for Secretary Hegseth, are there still concerns about mines in the Strait? And can you kind of clarify these reports of
That's right, we're unfucking it. That's right.
That we've heard about?
I haven't heard the kamikaze dolphin thing. It's like sharks with laser beams, right? The threshold of restarting is a political decision above my pay grade. What I'll say is it's low harassing fire right now. It feels like Iran is grasping at straws to try to do something across the southern flank. To your question, David, their command and control structure remains very fractured, and I think they're struggling to maintain control down echelon at the edge, but it's still pretty low level kinetics at this point in time.
And I can't confirm or deny whether we have kamikaze dolphins, but I can confirm they don't. Ultimately, any follow-on effort, if there are mines identified, would be something that some of our units could undertake or the world could undertake. But right now we know we have a lane of safe passage that commercial shipping can flow through.
Thank you, Secretary Hegseth. The last 24 hours or so, Iran's fired at us, we fired at Iran. Just going to ask you more directly, is the ceasefire over?
No, the ceasefire is not over. Ultimately, this is a separate and distinct...
You know why it's not over? Because they have nothing left to fire back at us. You see, like, the thing is that the 6 ships that they blew up were such easy targets that they didn't feel the need to consider the ceasefire over, because if that's all they've got, they were cooked. Is it really a war if all they've got is strongly worded comments? I mean, let's be honest here. Is that really a war?
Project, and we expected there would be some churn at the beginning, which happened, and we said we would defend aggressively, and we absolutely have. Iran knows that, and ultimately, the president's going to make a decision whether anything were to escalate into a violation of a ceasefire. But certainly, we would urge Iran to be prudent in the actions that they take to keep that underneath this threshold. This is about the straits. This is about freedom of navigation. This is about international waterways. This is about free flow of commerce. All the things that happened before, and only Iran is contesting.
They only hurt if you let them hurt.
So right now, the ceasefire certainly holds, but we're going to be watching very, very closely. Absolutely.
Secretary
James, go ahead.
Mr. Secretary, thank you. General, thank you. I want to first express my gratitude and admiration for the work you do. And
war is easy when you blow up all their shit. It looks like the war's pretty easy to me. A bunch of people behind closed doors using Xbox controllers to fly drones into tactical targets. That seems pretty easy. You know what's crazy is we still don't even have boots on the ground, and we most likely won't for this entire thing. Where'd it go? It's all about money, nothing else. There it is. Channel activity. How else you fly drones? I guess you don't even understand, you don't even comprehend what I'm saying, do you? The war's pretty easy whenever all you have to do is sit behind a computer with an Xbox controller and fly drones into military targets. Yeah, I'd say the war's pretty fucking easy. Yeah. Maybe not easy for them, but it sure is easy for America. I'm a vet, I kinda do. So you're fighting in the Navy right now over in Iran? You're trying to compare this to the Iraq-Afghanistan war. This is not like the Iraq-Afghanistan war. What they're doing right now in the Strait of Hormuz is unprecedented. What they did with Operation Epic Fury is unprecedented. They wiped out 2 full administrations in a matter of minutes. I'd say that was pretty easy, yeah. That's what happens when you've got the skills, the training, and the ability to do it, and you follow through with it. So yeah.
for
I'd say
everyone
that's
involved
pretty
in our
easy.
armed forces, and also for the accomplishments of Operation Epic Fury, which I think are too often dismissed too lightly. But those accomplishments don't obscure, I think, a central default that has occurred here, and I would like you both to address it. On the first day of this conflict, President Trump addressed the Iranian people directly and said, when we're finished, take over your government. It'll be yours to take. And then on the seventh day of the conflict, in a Truth Social post, the president said, quote,
You can't use gas prices, inflations, and layoffs to threaten Americans. You know why? Because we've dealt with inflation, layoffs, and rising gas prices for generations, bro. It's baked into American culture. You can't threaten us with something we grew up with, bitch.
there will be no deal with Iran except, all caps, exclamation mark, unconditional surrender. What happens to that pledge to the Iranians? And when did the president decide to capitulate on his demand for unconditional surrender?
Well, James, I wouldn't. You started out nicely, but you ended exactly where we knew you.
No, we are. We're killing a bunch of terrorist funding IRGC members that funded terrorism all over the Middle East. Yeah, we are. We are doing that. But we're doing the Iran war differently than we did the Iraq-Afghanistan war. And you know why that is? It's because it was a military-industrial complex that was dedicated to raking in billions of dollars. That's why. We want this to be over with as fast as possible. That's why all we did was drop a bunch of fucking bombs and take out targets. That's why it's different.
You would end. The president hasn't capitulated on anything.
You want to keep going?
We maintain the upper hand, and Project Freedom only strengthens that hand. And so he will ensure that whatever deal is made or whatever end state is reached creates ensuring that Iran never has a nuclear weapon, which is number one, and he's been focused on
like
that.
and sub on the stream. We're here every single day, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time. Please go and hype the videos. You're able to hype up videos 3 times a week. Hyping the videos helps out with the video viewership, so please go and do it. Please make sure y'all are hitting like on the stream because, yeah, it helps out. Please sub to the channel, by the way. Check out that channel membership.
And the deal and discussions are centered on that. And what the Iranian people take advantage of after the fact is up to them. And he's been very clear about that. And maybe you do it now, maybe it happens later, but ultimately he's also been clear. We're not going to entangle this into some nation-building project. Our objectives are clear. They've been pursued from day one. Hopefully the Iranian people take advantage.
Are rising gas prices, layoffs, inflation easy? So the layoffs were happening because the Democrats mass imported a bunch of illegal immigrants that took American jobs. Inflation is a made-up thing that I don't even think you understand. That's what happens when a bunch of monopolies get together and start talking with each other and trying to take every penny from the American people. You're not going to solve that just by trying to downplay what Trump's doing in Iran. And rising gas prices are a temporary thing that are going to go down once this is over. Iran was never a threat. This is Israel's war, and we're paying our lives for it. And we're paying lives for it. So I don't know where you got your mostly incorrect, actually all of it's incorrect information. But whenever a foreign country screams death to Western culture in America, I think that we should swiftly and immediately take action on that country, especially whenever they're trying to make nukes. Think about how much money we've spent on destroying and killing their scientists and nuclear programs over the past 47 years to make sure they didn't acquire nukes. The IRGC have to go, whether you like it or not. Like, I don't know where you're clickety-clacking from in your foreign country, but whether you like it or not, the war's raging on, the war's going to keep going, and eventually someone's going to end up winning. And that's just a fact of life. Now, you sitting here in comments trying to advocate for a war that the Iranian IRGC is desperately trying to fight for isn't really going to solve the issue that they're getting blown up into a fucking billion pieces. I mean, let's be honest here. Like, but I will happily allow chat to decide if you can stay or if you can stay or if you're going to get booted. I'll do that. I don't have the patience for this. So strongly worded comments killed at least 13 Americans and injured 300 more. Americans are dead, and you're saying that easy morally bankrupt. Our rising gas prices, layoffs. I mean, if they're still killing Americans, then we should just nuke them, crack the sun over their civilization like we did to Japan. I mean, that's what should happen. I mean, if I'm being honest, I don't care. I care for what I care about what is in America's best interest, and a bunch of Middle Eastern terrorist radicals getting a nuclear weapon after they genocide 45,000 of their own people seems like a fucking American problem to me. It seems like a world problem that nobody else wants to clean up. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like they getting exactly what they deserve. Can MAGA live with themselves? I don't know. How could you live with protecting a bunch of illegal child rapist fucking pedos that have been mass imported into America? How could you live with yourself for that? The fuck? And I'm supposed to be the one that feels bad? What about the fact... Hold on, wait a minute. What about the fact that they lower the age of the IRGC joining ranks from I don't even know what it was originally, but they lowered it to 12. They're actively using citizens as meat shields for their own war. They're taking kids away from their own families and thrusting them into warfare so that way they can use that bullshit logic against Americans. Oh, you blew up a kid. Well, why was the kid there? Like, dude, it's the same brainwashed mentality bullshit that no one can deal with anymore. There's a reason why no one's talking about this dog shit on the internet. The narrative's fallen off. Y'all are losing so bad, it's not even funny. Nobody's talking about this because, number one, all of their ability to make money has been completely dismantled, which means they can no longer propaganda push across every single fucking platform and get a bunch of people brainwashed more. And now all that's left are the people that were brainwashed that have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. They're losing so fucking bad. It's not even funny, dude. They're fucking cooked.
Because they're being taken advantage of by this regime. As you know, 45,000 Iranians, innocent Iranians, killed before the outset of this. That's what this government does. Kills their own innocent civilians.
He just said it. He fucking just said it.
Regime, as you know, 45,000 Iranians, innocent Iranians, killed before the outset of this. That's what this government does. Kills their own innocent civilians. Getting out from underneath that is going to be a challenge of the Iranian people, and we certainly hope they take advantage of that. Thank you.
Exactly. Like, dude, he fucking said it. Like, hello?
Actually,
and I'm supposed to be the one that feels bad? Go fuck yourself.
Go ahead. Everybody else
one
follows directives. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Can you share any information regarding the South Korean ship that was reportedly hit by Iran? Is Seoul in contact with the U.S. military about it? And is there any indication that they would heed Trump's call made on social media to join Project Freedom?
We hope so. We're in contact with that ship, CENTCOM, I should say, and the Maritime Coordination Forces are
Oh, yeah, no, that's just what we've been told. I guarantee you the number of people that they killed is way higher than that.
And I think
we just got that's just the number they gave us.
The indiscriminate nature of what Iran is doing. We hope South Korea would step up, just like we hope Japan would step up, just like we hope Australia would step up, just like we hope Europe steps up. But we're not waiting for them to do so. We're looking to set the conditions to hand to them. But the president was clear in his truth message that, hey, this is your ship. You should take part in helping to defend it. We very much hope they do. Go ahead.
Mr. Secretary, in terms of new U.S. intelligence reports suggest that the timeline for the war in Iran to get a nuclear weapon has not changed.
I noticed that none of these countries are bitching and complaining ever since Trump was like, well, if you want your oil, come and get it. Like, send over your own Navy vessels and collect your oil. I noticed that none of them are bitching and complaining now. They tried to use that as the mental gymnastic to not, like, to try and condemn what America's doing to the IRGC. And then Trump was like, well, you can totally come and ferry your ships through the Strait of Hormuz if you want. No one's stopping you. And then they all just got real quiet. Stop complaining about it and fix it, dude. Like,
since last summer, still at 9 to 12 months. Is that intelligence wrong? How can this be after so much bombing? And for General Kane, going on back onto what you're talking about, the Strait of Hormuz, the president recently said that the blockade is even more effective than bombing. So why didn't we start the campaign with the blockade? And initially, how many planned ships do you plan to escort or take through commercial ships to the Strait of Hormuz today or in the coming days?
Well, we don't discuss the specifics about intel, and anybody that does shouldn't be, and I can't confirm or deny whether that is indeed correct. Speculation, as far as I'm concerned, coming from you. But ultimately, what Operation Midnight Hammer did in the obliteration of those facilities was set back their program. And then, because of the efforts of that 12-day war, the president was able to recognize that this threat, while they continued to seek nuclear capabilities, their will was still there to seek a nuclear bomb. Ultimately, they were creating a conventional umbrella of so many missiles and so many capabilities that no one would want to challenge them. Think of the North Korea. This is the North Korea strategy. We have so many conventional capabilities, you won't do something about it, and underneath that, we're going to develop more nuclear capabilities. So the will was still there. President Trump had the courage to say we have to dismantle and take on those conventional capabilities while the nuclear facilities are watched 24/7 and overwatched, and we will ensure one way or another, hopefully Iran chooses a deal, that they give up those ambitions, give up those capabilities, and we're able to confirm that every step of the way. So
I don't think
that has
they
been
will.
President Trump's been focused on.
I don't think they will. I don't think they're gonna. You're gonna have to systematically annihilate them. Like, that's what's gonna end up having to happen.
In just a few hours, Secretary of War Pete Hegseth and the Joint Chiefs of Staff chair will give an.
Do we have any updates? I want to see the updates. I don't want to keep watching like, oh, well, this happened prior. Bigfoot eyewitness reveals hot spot for sightings is as eerie. What the fuck? Cruise ship locked down after deadly virus outbreak. What the fuck? Disturbing. Guy Benson warns left needs to address. Oh, is this the guy that tried to assassinate the president yesterday?
A Pennsylvania man is under arrest accused of making threats to kill President Trump. Suspect also threatened to kill.
It's about goddamn time.
Investigators say Raymond Eugene Chandler left repeated voicemails over the course of the year that grew increasingly more violent, urging the lawmaker to go to the Oval Office and shoot the president. It's just the latest in a string of threats targeting lawmakers.
Like I said, start mobilizing the FBI to go after these people that are advocating for rhetoric and violence all over the country. I mean, like, what are we doing? It's not in your First Amendment right to spew violent rhetoric towards political opponents you disagree with. That's not how it works. It never was.
A federal judge is also under fire for apologizing to the White House Correspondents' Dinner shooting suspect over his jail conditions. It's called jail. Let's bring in Fox News political analyst Guy Benson. I want to start, Guy, with this very strange story about the man that was arrested in Pennsylvania. Apparently, he was actually running for office for the Democratic nomination, which is very strange. And I don't want to overstate that, but it's pretty strange how politically interested he was. But also, in the messages he left, threatening the president and threatening.
This guy knows about war. The guy wiping boogers on his blankie. My nose itched, man. What do you want me to do? The fuck? What we gonna do with this guy? Oh, I almost did the wrong thing. What we gonna do with this guy? What are you gonna do with this guy? He's a generational crash out. Fucking nose itches, man. Control V. Ban. Boop. What we gonna do with this guy? What are you gonna do with this guy? What's gonna happen to you? We're about to find out. Bro, about to find out what a true democracy looks like. Chat messages in the last year, man. You sure have been vocal. You sure have been vocal. Man, that's kind of crazy. So what? The minute I pull you up, you just roach the fuck out like a little pathetic bitch? Looks to me like the only pathetic person here is you. Parallelish. What? Nice. Real nice. Not even going to give this guy all that much time. I just want to fucking ban him and move on because we all know where this is going Anyway, see you, loser.
A member's family. He gave his name. He gave his address, where he lived. There was no shame whatsoever or even fear.
Yeah, and you know why? Because they haven't been cracking down on all the violent rhetoric. That's why. That's what happens when you don't immediately crack down on this bullshit. When you advocate for death and violence of political party members or for that matter, public figures, you should immediately just be sent to a year in jail. And if you have been proven to be incompetent to stand trial or fucked up in the head so you can't stand trial, then give them a year in a mental asylum. I'm tired of these fucking criminals getting off because they want to sit here and advocate for violence, and then they get on the stand, and then some stupid-ass lawyer wants to try and act like they're incompetent. Nah, dude, fuck that. Whatever, if you get... incompetent should be the difference between going to jail and going to a mental asylum. It should not have anything to do with the outcome of your sentence, period.
Over what he was trying to what he was trying to do.
Well, you're right. This person was a fringe candidate for the U.S. Senate, way out on the left. You look at the belief system there. It included redistribution of wealth, abolishing
I also agree
ICE,
with that. If you can't stand trial, your sorry ass shouldn't even be in society, period.
Down
100%.
the list. No big surprises
Like,
there. Obviously not all with it, to put it mildly. If you're calling in these threats and saying horrific things about throat slitting and that kind of thing, and then you're giving your name and address as a supposed political candidate, very disturbing. And unfortunately, it's part of a larger pattern. I wrote about this just last week at the Washington Examiner, where you don't have a monopoly on either side when it comes to political violence.
No, it's all blue. Like, it is violent. Like, it is overwhelmingly blue. Like, it's not even funny how much of it is.
At the moment,
everyone is so used to seeing it that they don't even ban posts anymore.
Attempting it more and justifying it more.
Yeah.
And that is the left. I think that is an indisputable, objective read on the situation. And here's another example just in recent days about which we have learned.
And of course, you have this strange situation where so many of these people on the left are, as you note, they're listing their political positions, and they're no different from the most active members of the Democrat Party today. Out in California, the Palisades fire suspect has, we now know, has said all of these things about how he went down a wormhole, learning all about Luigi Mangione, of course, the man who is accused of killing the healthcare executive here, executing him here on a street in New York City. But it's almost like a lot of these ideas are getting mainstreamed in a way that you have lunatics picking them up and running with it and doing very, very bad things with it.
Yeah, I remember when Gabrielle Giffords, the member of Congress, a Democrat from Arizona, was shot by a mentally ill person in a parking lot at a grocery store. It was universally believed, certainly on the left and in most of the media, that he was incited to do that by conservative political rhetoric, Sarah Palin and a map that she had put out and that sort of thing, when in fact there was no evidence at all that he ever saw Sarah Palin's map or was motivated by politics whatsoever. And yet we were treated to a really like a weeks-long lecture and national conversation about violence and political rhetoric. And now we see this sort of thing happening disturbingly routinely, and strangely, that kind of national
like, they had 2 people try to assassinate the president yesterday. One of them got oddly close to J.D. Vance.
Is not being demanded by a lot of people in the news media, and unfortunately, I think
it's just concerning. They need to crack down on this like crazy. They need to crack down on this like they've never cracked down on anything before in their entire lives. They need to crack down so fucking hard on this, it's insane. Oh, look, somebody in the UAE has a brain.
Let's turn it over to Alex Hogan with the very latest news out of the Middle East. Hi, Alex.
Hi, Carly and Todd. So the U.S. says it has enhanced the security area in trying to move ships out of the Strait of Hormuz. Yesterday, the U.S. says that the military sank 6 small Iranian boats that were trying to target civilian vessels. President Trump has named this operation Project Freedom.
It's working out very nicely. They have no Navy. They have no Air Force. They have no anti-aircraft equipment. They have no radar. They have no nothing. They have no leaders, actually. The leaders happen to be gone also. But can't let them have a nuclear weapon, or you'd have problems like nobody would believe. And it's going very well.
And for the first time since the ceasefire began, the United Arab Emirates says its ships had come under attack from Iran. The country's defense ministry says Iran fired 15 missiles and 4 drones, one of which started a fire at an oil facility. The UAE calling these attacks a dangerous escalation, an unacceptable act of aggression, and a direct threat to the UAE's security, stability, and territorial integrity in the violation of the principles of international law and the Charter of the United Nations. While Iran's foreign minister warning the UAE not to get dragged back into the conflict today, one of the country's parliament speakers issued the following statement, saying the new equation of the Strait of Hormuz is in the process of being solidified. The security of shipping and energy transit has been jeopardized.
I mean, how long did Iran think that I'm going to say Trump was going to sit there and allow them to block it up the way they were blocking it up? I don't understand why it lasted as long as it did. That blows my fucking mind. Like, why didn't they immediately jump on this?
By the United States and its allies through the violation of the ceasefire and the imposition of a blockade. Of course, their evil will diminish. Well, as far as what the U.S. is saying, the U.S. military says 2 American-flagged merchant ships successfully crossed this critical waterway yesterday. Carly, Todd.
Yo, W.
Live for us, Alex. Thank you.
Returning now to Operation Epic Fury, where tensions are boiling over in the Strait of Hormuz as Iran pushes the limit of the ceasefire. U.S. forces hitting back after the regime fired on U.S. vessels and targeted the UAE with missiles and drone strikes. And CENTCOM giving an update as officials tell Fox we are closer to resuming major combat operations.
Offensive operation. We are employing U.S. ballistic missile defense-capable destroyers, over 100 land and sea-based aircraft, multi-domain unmanned platforms, and then 15,000 service members to extend this defensive umbrella across the Strait of Hormuz.
That's crazy. You remember, guys, we got 1.2 mil. We got 1.2 mil soldiers. We only using 15K here. That's it. 15,000 here. 15,000, and we've completely brought Iran to its fucking knees.
We have an enormous amount of capability and firepower concentrated in and around the strait, including A-864 Apache and M-860 Seahawk helicopters.
Retired Navy SEAL Mike Torelli joins me now. Mike, good morning to you. So here's the quote from the administration. We are closer to the resumption of major combat operations than we were 24 hours ago after Iran fired on U.S. vessels and targeted UAE today with missiles and drones and fast boats. And the president also told Fox Iran will be blown off the face of the earth if it targets U.S. ships in the strait. A 30,000-foot view here. Where are we in this war right now?
So a few things. God bless. We heard there were attacks on the USS Truxton and the USS Mason, but you got to understand our sailors, our service member overseas right now are vigilant, and they defeated those attacks, and they have such a layered defense It speaks to the professionalism and the technological advantage that we have as a military. So God bless that they're okay and the families can be comforted by that. I'll say this. I think the major problem is everyone, especially the left, is looking at this 60-day countdown clock with their eyes on that, thinking that we can unwind 47 years of just evil and a cancer that's plagued the world. It's going to take a little time, and our military is
I'm so happy to see more people talking like this, because that's exactly what the fuck it is. It's even evil and cancer to their own fucking, their own Iranian citizens. Like, it is so nice to see people just not beating around the bush or tiptoeing around it and they're just saying it like it is. Holy shit. Where was this from the start?
Everyone, especially the left, is looking at this 60-day countdown clock with their eyes on that, thinking that we can unwind 47 years of just evil and a cancer that's plagued the world. It's going to take a little time, and our military is hitting success after success. But this situation is much like an aircraft carrier. You can't turn it on a dime. It's going to take some time. You look at the economic strangulation, you look at what our military has done, and what I would tell people right now is view this as a boxing match. What we've seen is round one. May require a round two to beat them a little further into submission.
Dude, the military is doing a bang-up job, period. The Navy, the military, the Marines, they are completely destroying it, man. They have a target and they go and do it. So, Donald, you need to go on and give them more targets so that way they can do their fucking job instead of wasting time over there. You got a 60-day timer on this, bro. Come on.
Well, Iran just launched its first missile strike since the ceasefire began, targeting the UAE. And Iran's president, Masoud Pezeshkian, called the IRG completely irresponsible for doing this. So the president is openly criticizing the IRGC, not something you hear every day.
In warfare,
it's going to be a lot harder for them to mentally gymnastic the ceasefire ending because they wouldn't stop firing at civilian vessels. It's going to be really hard for them to come to that. Well, America ended the ceasefire. Why is that? I can already see
psychology is a big part of it, and even the language we see.
I can already see the cogs turning and the atmosphere dying as these people try to come up with a fucking an idea of how they could possibly fucking defend this.
Trump, that is just.
It's funny that these people are so bad. The IRGC are so bad, and they are so violent that you have people literally trying to play goalie for a team that would just as easily kill them. It's insane. Like it's actually fucking crazy.
Psychological warfare. There is so much internal strife between the IRGC as well as the political class. My recommendation at this point, given what's going on and the lack of coherence and command of control within Iran, is continue to remove those leaders, hit the infrastructure, and they're going to eventually come to the reality that this isn't a negotiation. This is what I call surrender management, and they haven't gotten to that point yet.
Well, listen, there is a lot going on in the Strait of Hormuz over the last 24, 48-hour period. What stands out as the most significant to you?
This Project Freedom. Guys, while we maintain the economic strangulation, which is killing Iran, we're getting reports, and I think Scott...
That's right. It's not just cool toys. It's the best toys. Not only are they cool, but they're the best of the best of the best of the best.
Yesterday, they can't pay their soldiers. And I'll tell you what, it's one thing to be ideological and rant death to America when your family is being fed. But once that stops, that ideology goes away really, really quick. So we've got the momentum. Just don't put...
Man, this guy is fucking based. Holy shit, this guy is based.
This insane clock, this unrealistic clock on President Trump. What we need to do is, as a nation, support him, because remind the American people that 1,000 Americans were killed at the hands of the Iranians. Yeah. And we finally have a president that is willing to do what is necessary.
That's right.
Administrations should have done decades ago.
And then what about the U.S. forces?
That's right. All those American soldiers that lost their lives, the people that need to be paying for that have already paid for it with their lives, and there's more to come. I hope to see a lot more to come. This is
destroying those 6 Iranian small boats, and also 2 commercial vessels safely transited the waterway yesterday as well.
Yes, so Iran's last piece of leverage is the Strait of Hormuz. Their navy was built for maritime disruption. And so these small attack boats and these drones and these mines, that's the last obstacle for which they will have zero leverage. And these mosquito boats, as the administration is calling them, are meeting the biggest fly swatter they've ever met, and that is the United States Navy and the U.S. military.
No, I don't think they're like fly swatters. I think they're like the bug zappers that have the blue light. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Think you put that shit up on your porch and the bugs fly into it? I think that's more like what it is. They're just too stupid to turn around and go back home, so they're getting blown up. You know what I'm saying?
Just give us time. We'll systematically destroy that capability. And again, it strengthens our position.
So with time, you feel optimistic about
Bro,
this?
look at that hate. Man, they must really hate America, so we sent over a lot of our hate too. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Look at all those lovely, beautiful, beautiful ships out there. That's crazy, man.
I do, because I know our military. Our military won every war or every battle they were tasked with in global war on terror. Ultimately, the wars didn't end up as we wanted, but don't lose faith in our fighting American men and women. They will get it done.
Mike Sorelli, thank you so much for joining us. Retired Navy SEAL, we thank you for your service as
Thanks,
well.
Carly.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube.
That's
and
right.
catch full shows streaming now on Fox.
Strait of America, baby.
ICE agents under attack in a wild scene here in New York City. At least 9 protesters arrested outside a hospital where an illegal migrant with prior arrests, including assault and drug possession.
Bro, there is nothing like hearing that a bunch of schizos are down in New York protesting a guy that has a violent criminal record. Don't you just love being told what your morals should be by somebody who doesn't even understand what the basic foundation of morality is? Don't you just love it?
Possession was being held. Former NYPD Chief of Department John
You know what
Shea
I smell? Justice being served.
joins us now. So great to see you this morning. I wanted to start just explaining exactly what happened with this guy. During his arrest, Okiki refused to comply with officers' lawful commands to exit the vehicle and weaponized his vehicle in an attempt to hit ICE officers. Okiki became physically combative, attempting to punch and elbow ICE officers. Our officers followed their training and used minimum amount of force necessary to make the arrest. That was from DHS. After that, he requests a medical check, so they take him to the hospital. My question to you is this. How is it that these protesters are so quick to make it to the hospital before cops even get, before agents even get him to the hospital?
Great question. A lot of people don't know that Bushwick, Brooklyn is the headquarters for Antifa. So they have people that look for unmarked police cars or ICE cars, and when they see them, their word goes out rapidly. So that's how fast they were able to mobilize 200 people to protest ICE agents who were doing their job. This person was here on a visa. They overstayed his welcome. That's illegal. Then he commits crimes, and they do their job, and they're met with this. And then the NYPD gets dragged into it because it's their job to get dragged into it. They keep the peace. They freed up the ambulance bay. They let the protesters protest. They enforce law. So that's what they do. They don't collaborate with ICE, but they help everybody.
And so you have this situation, and obviously a lot of these politics work within the far left of the Democrat Party. I think that it's disastrous for the party outside of that. But you have Democrats in New York City and in New York State who are doubling down on this abolish ICE business. And I mean, how does this work?
Well, yeah, that's what happens whenever you have a bunch of people that have moved up in the ranks because they were an immigrant. That's why you need to have at least third-generation immigrants before you allow them to be in our politics. Of course, they have a problem with ICE. It's because their family members that got here illegally are being deported. Of course. I mean, hello?
Well, it's the DSA. Zoran Mandami's the team leader. And we have city council members. I call them the Fad Five of grifters. They don't like America. Chiose, Aviles, Sadie Nurse, Caban, they're all grifters that want the America to fail. And what they did over the weekend by gaslighting, kidnapping, NYPD collaborating, it's a disgrace, to your point.
Yeah, and so you have, usually it's always the cops who get are always on the, they're the tip of the spear. They're always the ones that end up getting taking the brunt of all of it. And then you have Mayor Mamdani saying,
it's in their state's constitution. Remember, guys, it was promised to them 3,000 years ago.
Said time and again, ICE agents are cruel and inhumane. They do nothing but to serve in the interest of public safety.
And ICE raids are cruel and inhuman. They do nothing to serve the interest of public safety. Why am I not surprised? Genuinely. Don't you just love it? They do nothing to serve the interest of public safety. I mean, getting somebody that commits crimes out of the country because they're here illegally or they're here as an immigrant and they commit crimes, like being an American citizen is not a necessity. It's a privilege. It's not a right. It's a privilege, especially if you're from a foreign country. Being here in America is a privilege.
This is
not
a
a right.
politician who you would think would understand that ICE agents, just like NYPD officers, all they're doing is enforcing or attempting to enforce the laws that politicians put on the books.
Right. ICE agents took an oath to protect and serve, and that's what they're doing. They're taking bad people off the street who don't belong here.
I haven't seen anything like that, Monster. I haven't seen
The
anything
city
like that.
just gave Tom Homan what he asked for. This could all be taken part in the precinct or Rikers Island, and we won't have this behavior on the street. But they don't want that. They want the bad people to say, the DSA, they're dangerous to our city and to our country. They advocate for bad people.
I agree with that. I like that a lot. I think that not only should you be removed from office, you should be sent to jail. If you hold public office and you make false statements, you should immediately be put in jail. No exceptions.
And don't represent the constituents that voted them in.
Yeah. So, a lot of these politicians have sort of moved away from the abolish police, trying to abolish, defund police.
And they never said that.
Yeah, right, exactly. They claim they never said it. But in effect, that's basically how they're governing. They're governing. I mean, what is the morale among NYPD today?
Look, there's 35,000. It ebbs and flows. Yeah. But I tell you what, the other night, they're not there in any political posture. They're there to do their job. Right. That's what they're called to do. And they do it well. They made 9 arrests. ICE got out of there. Some protesters protested properly, so everyone gets what they want.
John Chell, thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube.
All right. Time to hit up that Midwest safety. Y'all know what time it is. Oh, this is with the teen takeover stuff, isn't it? Oh, bro, we got to watch this one.
Body cam from Glendale.
Let's go. Yo, W Midwest Safety. Hell yeah, Midwest Safety. Go check out Midwest Safety on YouTube.
A massive group of Gen Z kids taking over the Bayshore Mall, which sits on a vast property spanning approximately 52 acres or 2.26 million square feet. As officers are spread thin throughout the entire mall lot, they have no idea how quickly they're about to be overwhelmed.
774, I have a physical fight at Culver's.
Oh yeah, if you're new here, sub to the channel, hit like on the stream. If you like the politics stuff, well, you'll just have to check into more. I'm live every single day, so politics is like kind of the main midpoint to the stream, and we finish it off with maybe a little body cam. Now it depends on the day, but yeah, come back tomorrow and we can talk about more politics and pull up more dum-dums. But I've been pulling up a lot of dum-dums lately, and it doesn't really seem like they ever have anything to talk about, or they just roach out. So I've just been kind of instantly banning them because they're just a waste of everybody's time anyway. They don't really have anything to add to the topic. But please sub and like the stream if you're new here. Check out the if for whatever reason I don't go live on YouTube, it's probably because I caught a suspension for some stupid reason again. So what you should do is check out the channel description over on the main page. There should be links to everything else that I stream on. I will be live on those, so please go check them out. Also check out the Discord. And while you're at it, I usually upload like 4 videos a day, long form from the stream. If you can find those videos, hit like on the stream, on the videos, leave a comment in the description and hype those videos up. That would be great. I apparently hyping is a thing that YouTube doesn't want anybody to know about because it helps channels grow really fast. So please go hype those videos so we can get more people subbed to the channel. Please! When you hype a video, it helps out with them views, so please hype the videos. You have to do it on your phone, I believe. You can do it up to 3 times a week. So please go hype the videos, and W to those who have hyped the videos. Check out the channel membership as well. Get those exclusive emotes, W viewers.
Knock it off. No. Behind your back. Behind your back.
No. I think there's also a way you might be able to hype. Like on YouTube, whenever I schedule the stream for the next day, you should be able to go to the channel and go to I think either the live stream section or something. You may be able to hype up the stream as well for the next day if I've got it scheduled. You may be able to hype the stream up as well. So that way more people come in and we can make fun of more people. So I would suggest maybe doing that too. Just throwing that out there, guys. Might add a little bit more fun and excitement to the stream.
He ran up on him. He wasn't trying to fight.
Relax.
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 He ain't had no choice but to hit back because he ran up.
Relax.
We chilling. We finna go.
Relax. No. Take this one. Take that one. They were both squaring up on each other. He got hit. I don't know who started it.
He did. He ran up on him.
That's the best thing I've ever seen in my life. I can't even fucking. Oh God. Oh no. Where'd it go? Oh no. Oh no! Oh no! I'm gonna be saying that now, bro. Oh no! Oh fuck, why is that so funny to me? Oh, that's just too good. Oh, thank you so much for that, Jim. That's the highlight of my entire day right there. Oh god.
He got jumped.
Okay.
It was a mass crowd. I don't know. Everybody else took off. This one got jumped. Everybody else started taking off.
Oh shit!
I grabbed him, and everybody else bolted.
Of course they bolted. They knew the police showed up. The real question is what are the repercussions these little shits are gonna face? Oh! Get him! Get him! Oh, don't you just love to see it?
Get out of here! Go! Go! You want to be arrested? Then get out of here.
Do you want to get arrested too? What is it? Dude, there's no survival mentality in these people whatsoever. You're arresting my little brother. Yeah, but it's not you.
Don't touch me. Go.
They're telling you to leave. You're trespassing. Get off.
He's got to get off property just like you. Get off property.
The parking lot is private property. If you get trespassed from a Target or a Walmart or whatever these businesses are, you're trespassed off the parking lot. It's all part of the same business. You have to go. Leave.
I gotta check on my little brother. Do my job. Get the property. You want to be arrested? Go.
Put your hands on me again.
Off property.
Put your hands on me again. Off property. Put your hands on me again.
Off property.
Oh, hell, what the f***?
Off property, not this way. Off property.
I agree with that. If you tell somebody to leave and they're not turning around and leaving and they're continuing to turn around and look at you, after 3 times of telling them leave the property and they don't leave, just arrest them. Just throw them in the back of a cruiser. 100%.
Off property.
What are you taking his shirt off for? He's trying to act. How can you act tough and you running all the way over there to try to fight the cops? You taking his shirt off to act tough and you all the way over there past 2 people. Like, what is that? Hello? Bro running and trying to act tough at the same time. How did he get so far away so quickly? He got so far away so quick.
Put your hands on me again. Go.
Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah. What happened? You took your shirt off. You was acting so tough. What happened? What happened, guy? What happened? Oh. You're running like a bitch. Running like a bitch.
Oh, you're so tough. You can run. You're so tough. You want to
Oh my God, look at the conga line of police officers, bro. Holy. Bro fucked up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's 4. It was 4.
What you doing?
Bro's about to learn a lesson that his parents didn't teach him.
We're chasing a male black, gray t-shirt, gray pants through the Total Wine parking lot.
You want to run?
We're chasing a male black.
You don't stop. You don't get
gray pants through the...
Bro, you cooked. You going to jail now, bro.
You're on arrest. Put your hands on your back. Put your hands behind your back. All you had to do was leave, man. Stop acting so hard. Come on, right? He ain't hard, he ran. People who hard don't run.
Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is, huh? There it is. Getting called out by the police, man. You a super bitch now. Look at that.
All you had to do was leave, man. Stop acting so hard. Come on, right? He ain't hard, he ran. People who hard don't run. All you had to do was leave, dude. I told you he was going to the Gardendale Police Department. Square off on people. Hey, hurry up and give me off your foot. No! You chose to come down here. Come on, bro. Okay?
Dumbass.
Mama.
Call his mama. Mommy's got to come bail him out now. Let me tell you something. If I was ever in a situation like this, I'd be begging them not to call my parents, my mom. I'd be like, please, God, don't call my mom. I'll do community service. You can do all this. Like, how can we not get my mother involved with this, please? I don't want to die.
Come on, pockets, bro. You're under arrest. You're getting searched. Shut up. I ain't telling me, little brother. I don't care. Pocket, little bro. All your pockets are getting searched. Yes. They're fighting the dude over there. Yeah. They got 3 of them. There's one that was running his mouth over here.
It absolutely is her fault that this kid's out there doing this. Absolutely. I have fought people trying to peer pressure me into taking drugs because of the fear I had for my mother. It absolutely fucking is. And don't even sit here and say it isn't, because it absolutely is. I have gotten into fist fights to not take drugs in fear of my mother. My mom only had to look at me and I knew my ass was cooked.
Bro, yes, put that shit. Put that shit, bro. Last time I checked, you don't give me orders. Roll over. Oh, no, cuz a lot of f***ers are pushing me. Roll over. He's under arrest. It's not rocket science. Put my hat on. Put my hat on. Put my hat on. Bro, put my hat on. Shut up. Bro, put my hat on. Bro, can you put my hat on, bro? But I'm not going to. Sit down your butt. Bro, stop for y'all. Break my arm, man. Stand up. Bro, chill. Pull my set down.
Nah. The scariest thing that I had to deal with whenever I was in a grocery store was the look. If my mom looked at me just like this, I knew that the second that we got in that vehicle, I was going to be hanging out of that vehicle. My ass was about to get beat 7 different ways, and I was going to get bruises that I never even knew could pop up in places that I didn't even know I could have. Okay?
Pull my shirt down. Pull my shirt down. Put your heels in. Pull my shirt down, man. No, when you stand up. You ran as a 17-year-old? Oh, type. Come on, man, have some sense. Have some sense. Okay, y'all put my hair down one. You got something. Stop telling us what to do.
He's out here. He's not even a full-grown adult yet. He's out here causing all these problems and trying to be combative with the police. Do you really think this person's gonna do anything in society? I wonder how many of these guys already have a CVS receipt-linked criminal records.
Help you. So you need to say it respectfully. Bro, you are manhandling what the f*** you need. It's all expected. What do you need? Are you 17 or are you 7? Can you, bro, stop so you break my heart, bro. Are you 17 or are you 7? Please stop crying like a 7-year-old. I'm not crying like Step back. Put me back. Exactly. Watch out. Pull him back. What is wrong? Your shirt? Is this what you want? Bro, y'all disrespecting me right now. Who disrespect? Oh, stop. Stop with the disrespect. No, y'all got my face all in the grass. That's you. Y'all need me for. That's you. Bro, can you tell the officer stop bending my hair? Stop crying like a baby. Let my hand go. Just let my hand go. I'm gonna get in the car, bro. Sit in the car, please. Okay? It's not that hard. Bro, this game, bro. Can I sit down? I understand this game. Can I sit down? Can you listen to instructions? I got it. Okay? Step out. You're gonna sit in the car with your butt first. You understand? Bro,
yo, W Jules for the stars.
Yes, buddy. Okay. I agree, bro. You're acting weird. Are you off my arm up, bro? Nobody's messing your arm up.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Literally a minute and a half later, another fight breaks out on the other side of the mall.
There is a fight here.
Holy! What the hell? This is fight 2 of 3? Holy shit!
Stay up. Stay here. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your Hey.
Damn, the total arrests now are 5. Good, you're not supposed to see. You're supposed to be with your hands behind your back. You don't need to see to do that. Just put your hands behind your back.
Hey, black female in there. She got sprayed. Put your hands behind your back and I'll wash your eyes out. Put your hands behind your back and I'll wash your eyes out. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. I'll get you some water. No. No. Inside. Come on. 7:30 out.
Just when officers think the chaos is over, yet another fight breaks out in another section of the mall.
God damn, this is a mall? I've been to a lot of malls in my life. I have never seen this many damn people that have, like, congregated to, like, a section of the mall. They did not go to this mall with the sole purpose of browsing. They went to this mall to do some stupid shit. Because they probably all from the same, community, like Discord or Reddit or something. And it's another one of these damn hostile teen takeovers bullshit. I've been to so many malls in my life. I have never seen this many people congregate around each other like this.
There's no pepper spray.
But they all scatter like roaches, too. They all scatter like roaches the second the police start spraying people. You see them all scatter?
There's no pepper spray at this location. Put her down on the curb and we'll get her eyes cleaned out. I got her. Put her down. Put her down on the curb. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Y'all gotta go. I gotta get her medical attention.
They tried to do the Area 51 takeover thing, but they all pussied out because none of them wanted to get shot. They tried doing that hostile, like, takeover for Area 51. Y'all don't remember that? They tried doing that, like, a couple years ago now. They, like, had a bunch of people outside of Area 51. I actually covered that, funny enough. It was one of the few reaction videos that I had did back in the day. Yo, W30 Jules for the clutch.
No, y'all don't get to act like big kids and then cry like babies.
That's right. That's right. You do adult You do adult fucking crimes, and you do it with the intent of knowing that what you're doing you shouldn't be doing. Immediately throw their ass in jail. Give them adult charges. Put them in juvie whenever they get too old for juvie. Throw their ass in big boy prison. That's what you do with them.
I gotta give her medical attention.
Oh my God! Would someone please pepper spray her again? Tase her. Tase her. Put her in handcuffs and put her in the back of a car so no one can hear her screech like a damn banshee in the middle of the night. Please, somebody handle her.
No, y'all don't get to act like big kids and then cry like babies. This is what happens to big kids. Bye.
The sad part is I feel like the cop is going to get in more trouble than these dumbass kids will. That's the saddest part about this whole thing.
Bye. Bye. Listen, I'm gonna get you medical attention, okay?
All you guys had to do is leave. They were over there, and I told them to leave. Trey, you're gone. Put your hands behind your back now.
I don't get no.
Put your hands behind your back. I told you to leave. You're gone.
I go do my.
All right, Trey.
Think about how much taxpayer money is being spent on this bullshit. It's crazy how much money is like the court costs, because you know these kids ain't gonna pay for shit. Parents are probably on some kind of like income, like they're gonna get a slap on the wrist. They're gonna use up even more taxpayer dollars holding them in a cell. Like, what are we doing here? Like, dude, this is such a way to piss away money.
We're gonna get a ticket and go, but you gotta learn to listen. I told you. Well, all these guys are my witnesses. $712 dispatch. Create a DC call.
They sitting there fighting in the middle of public.
In front of Nike. Assign it to me. I want in custody. Hey, that'll be mine. That'll be mine. I told him to leave. All those people heard me say, Trey, leave. And he's cocking off the entire time. And then if I'm back here, that's why he's getting a trespassing ticket. If anyone else want to disobey me, we can find more cuffs. Get out of here.
The spring break melees resulted in a total of 13 arrests and approximately 7 individuals hit with pepper spray. The arrested were charged with resisting, obstructing, and disorderly conduct. They are all presumed innocent unless...
Oh my God, that means they're already out of jail. Oh, fuck off. I hate that, dude. I hate that so much. Man, if you're not even gonna put them in jail, just leave them alone. Hell, maybe they'll get tired of fighting each other.
Proven guilty in a court of law.
All right, let's go back a little for this one. In the early 2020s, police departments across the country saw a drop in applicants. Now, what used to be hundreds applying for one spot turned into just a handful. Even Matthew Iglesias, a journalist, pointed out that hiring pools shrank fast and agencies started feeling that pressure. Now, look at what that creates in moments like this. You've got hundreds of teenagers organizing craziness online, so they show up already amped up. And a lot of them don't feel consequence because when you're young, you've seen people walk away from situations like this before, you start believing nothing serious is coming your way. And that mindset is everywhere today. And our officers are in a situation.
Well, yeah, because their charges get dropped as soon as they turn 18. Like, their criminal record gets completely emptied. It's this bullshit. That shit should carry with them. I don't see why it doesn't.
They're outnumbered, trying to stop fights, protect bystanders, and keeping it from turning into something worse. And yeah, we could talk about accountability in policing, and we should, but at the same time, this job still asks people to run towards danger for strangers. Back in 2021, over 150 officers lost their lives in the line of duty protecting others. And that reality hasn't changed.
And that's the sad part about the whole thing, is that with the defunding of the police, there's even less of them, and now that they don't really make a whole lot of money at all,
body cam from Glendale.
it just amps everything up to 100. Like, you don't really have applicants like that anymore because nobody wants to be there in that state, because all you do is waste your time arresting a bunch of fucking kids that get let out the next day with no actual repercussions. The parents aren't going to do shit, and you've just effectively wasted a shitload of taxpayer dollars and taken yourself out of service that for somebody that could have really needed your help for a bunch of fucking what will effectively be the next line of adult kids that will be burning down private businesses in the city and making them leave because they can't keep their fucking hands to themselves or their sticky fingers off of shit. It's annoying, dude. Put these people in jail. If you're gonna arrest somebody, make sure that they go to jail. Put them in jail. Keep them in jail for a while. Like, what is this bullshit? It's not black people.
Wisconsin shows a mass.
It's not just black people. The thing is like, there aren't really that many white people out there doing this because too many people were bitching and complaining about it being the minority black communities. So the second that you're a white person and you cause anything like this, it's immediately jumped to like the highest level of book throwing at you that you could possibly imagine, simply because they want to push it harder on the people that commit crime that are white. So that way it lowers that statistic of, well, we've got prisons filled with black people. But the thing is like, whenever all you do is arrest people and let them go, either way, whether they're white, black, Hispanic, it doesn't fucking matter. If you commit a crime, you need to go your ass to jail. Period. Race shouldn't even be a factor in any of this shit, but it is. And it's dog shit. It's crap. And it's a waste of taxpayer dollars. Millions and billions of taxpayer dollars. It's nonsense.
Group of
All right, we are going to roll out for today. Today was a very slow day. There isn't really a lot going on in the world. Not a whole lot going on, guys. There's not a lot going on in the world at all. Everything's kind of getting real quiet. It's kind of crazy because today is the lowest viewership I've seen in a very long time. But W people that show up, W new subbers, by the way. It's been a great day, boys. It's been a great, fantastic, phenomenal day. Make sure y'all from now, don't go blow all y'all's hypes on one video. Give me a couple minutes and the next stream will be up. It should be something that you can go and hype up. It'll be up, ready for y'all to hype it up. I hope you can do that for streams. If not, wait for later on in the day where you can use your hypes to push videos to get more views. You get 3 a week, so use them sparingly. And let's see. Make sure y'all stay safe out there. Stay friendly. Stay away from crazy people. I don't want to have to pull you up. It kind of feels a little good not having to pull up 7 different people on stream. Like the people that showed up today that were just complete total morons. I just looked at what they were saying, and I'm just like, oh, there's nothing here. You're just saying stupid shit. So let me just perma you and be done with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, not even gonna waste my time with it. Let's see. What music we gonna have on the rollout? Let's see. Let's do this one. There we go.
Let's go.
All right. Stay safe out there. W chat, W gifted, W Jules, W likes and comments on the videos. Y'all have been going crazy. Y'all are awesome. Keep being y'all. Try to put a smile on someone's face. You might change their whole day or their whole life. You never know. Oh, and also, I don't know what's going on with the fishy streams, after streams. I can't really do it anymore. I would assume that it'll come back later this year and we'll be able to do it again. But until then, I'm kind of left out on the dark. So hopefully they got enough data from it so that way we can see what's going to happen in the future. But who knows? As soon as I hear word back, I'll be doing it again. But I haven't heard anything back, and it's not because of the suspension thing either. But all I can do is wait. I will see you beautiful peeps tomorrow, bright and early. Stay safe, stay friendly, and yeah, peace, boys.
My right to fight, to die on. And this is my game to play, to claim a brand new name. Oh, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm a bit nervous that I might screw everything up that I've ever done. But what's the point of living if you ain't having fun? I guess I'll try this, try that, might miss, gotta find what